That is what I'm talking about, people. What is going on, everybody? Welcome, Arvanauts. Welcome to the greatest story ever told. Today, this evening, we join you from locales, the galaxy of Baltimore, the solar system of Wisconsin, and the place that tries to kill you, Australiadom. We from our disparate places are drawn together as one crew, the greatest crew. We are the mates, officers, and crew of the United Starship Rambo. And tonight, we are playing for you a one-shot RPG, The Ice Pirates. You have to be there to see it. What's going on, everybody? Let me know how loud that is. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a special impromptu one-shot RPG. I am your host, Arvin Elleron. Great to see everyone here. And I'm coming to you live from on the road from Baltimore. Had a really good day today with Farpoint convention stuff, and we'll be doing more stuff tomorrow with convention panels and readings and stuff like that. We were supposed to be doing Esper Genesis tonight, and unfortunately, one of our players had a medical thing crop up, which meant that they were not able to play with us tonight. They're fine. They'll be back on Friday with us for our next Esper Genesis session. But unfortunately, it meant that we couldn't do it tonight because this particular player was going to have a lot of the session focused on their character, or was going to be connected to their character. And so the other people were still here, and we were like, well, we don't want to just cancel everything. And so we decided that what we would do is put something together literally on the fly, and we are very proud of the fact that we've been able to do so. And so we are bringing you the game Ice Pirates based on the one-shot, one-page RPG Laser and Feelings, which is by John Harper, the same guy who did Blades in the Dark. And I'm very excited to see how this goes, even though, oh my god, I don't know what we're doing here, people, but we're going to do the best we can, and we hope you'll find it entertaining. Before I get started, just a couple of reminders how to support the stream. Please follow the channel if you haven't done so already. Please check out the YouTube with !ArvTube, the Discord with !ArvCord. Please check out the Twitter with !ArvTweets. Please retweet the stream with !tweet. Please check out the merchandise area with !ArvShop. And don't forget to check out the Patreon with !ArvTreon. We're trying to build that to 400 and beyond. And of course the sub button sitting right above our video window. Before I jump over to the guys, I just want to make sure, can everyone hear me okay? Are you folks able to hear me all right in chat? Yes, you can hear me okay? All right, good. That is good. All right. In that case, now what I'm about to show you, yay, okay. Now what I'm about to show you has been brought to you by none other than Mr. Shadowed Mage himself. That is right. Mr. Shadowed Mage did this overlay in about a half hour because he's all that. And so I hope you are excited to see what he has provided, because he did an awesome job. I'm going to unmute myself so the folks know that we are ready to go. And then I'm going to unmute them. And then I'm going to head over to this amazing overlay. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Lasers and Feelings, the overlay.
Oh, I love that overlay. That's great.
You did a great job, Shadowed. It's so simple. You had a half hour to put it together, man. I will put names to faces as we go on, and I'll show pictures and all that, because this is going to be very detailed. I want everyone to know that we have taken this very seriously, that we have all committed a lot to this. So I don't want
some of us aren't actually not intoxicated right now.
Like it's very important that everyone do not, don't just be like, I'm just going to come here and laugh a lot. No, we're all very serious. Once you hear the names that we've given our characters, you will see just how serious we actually were.
This is a hard.
This is going to be a long-running, 5-year-long campaign as well.
Yes. Is there a 5-year mission?
Beginning tonight. So it's very exciting. I can't wait. All right, I'm going to start with the gentleman all the way to the left, and that, of course, is Mr. Johnny Pittman, who is our GM for today. Of course, he was also Aramis, but we did not have Aramis today because things happened, and as I already mentioned, but that's okay because instead we've got Johnny with us. So Johnny, thank you first of all for coming on to GM on short notice. Do you want to explain first of all who you are and what this game is all about, and then we can, as each of them introduce their characters, they can tell us who they are, I guess.
Johnny, Video Store Cowboy, tabletop streamer with a side of variety. Usually I'm Aramis on this particular show. I will be GMing tonight because I signed up for this crazy madness. We are playing Lasers and Feelings, a one-page RPG designed by John Harper of Blades in the Dark fame. This involves a lot of guns, a lot of science, a lot of hard, sort of fast, and loose action with a lot of emotional sort of bent. So it's lasers and feelings, and those mechanics are actually built into the game. So I'm really looking forward to this, and we are taking a little bit of inspiration from a movie called Ice Pirates. It's a little bit because
very serious movie.
We're going to find out how the players actually go with that. So that's where we start.
Yes, Kerflop, it has lasers and feelings. Very important. It has both those things.
You can even have laser feelings.
You can even have laser feelings, which is true. I mean, there are some games that you have one or the other, but in ours, what we do here is we try to give you everything. In fact, the name of the adventure is called Consigned to Laser Feelings. So I hope that, yeah, exactly, Kerflop. Wow is right. All right, so the character
Episode 1.
Episode 1. Oh god. All right. Right. So here we go. Consigned to laser feelings. So do you want to let? I guess we should let each of the characters introduce themselves. Do you want to do that? Starting with John Helfers. Hi, John. How are you? Thank you for coming in short notice. I'm sure that you need no introduction, but you could do so anyway, and you could tell us your character name as well.
Indeed, John Helfers on Twitch and other places. I'm Radio Johnny Panda. I keep getting sucked into more and more streaming, and it's mostly R's fault, so I'm totally blaming you. Let's see. I'm with the Infinity and Beyond crew on R's team. We're doing Curse of Strahd, and oh my god, is it a curse? I also work for Nomnivore Games and Clarion and Catalyst, too many game companies to count, really. I run an Emberwind campaign, which we're doing next Wednesday on R's channel, and I also play in Johnny Pittman's Emberwind campaign, both of which are the same setting, but very divergent. I am playing Kroby Killbot, the android soldier, Assassinobot 5000. I have no feelings, and I'm all about the lasers.
Let me pop up that name. So again, just so everyone's clear, the name is Kroby Killbot. Ladies and gentlemen, Kroby Killbot. I want to point out, by the way, that is a completely original name. That was not inspired by anything. I think that just came from your own, right, John? I mean, like
you are correct.
Right, that had no connection to anything else.
I found it on a website.
A little quieter. Yes, that's fine. I will. Thank you for letting me know. I will adjust my volume over time. But I just want to point out, I do want to emphasize the significance of what John's creativity. I mean, as an author, John would not take from other sources.
Okay, look, Doc. Let's get your character here, and we'll talk, okay?
All right, so John is playing Kroby.
And I am a very accomplished tie-in author, so I take from other sources all the time.
Yes. So John is going to. This is for royalties are on the way. Anyway. So Kroby Killbot.
I just wait for the lawsuit. Yeah.
I just wait for that moment. Meanwhile, we move right along the line to Saad. Now, it's important to recognize that Saad would not have, stayed up with us at this hour for normal, under normal circumstances.
Technically, you started a bit late, so luckily enough, I'm up at a normal hour, so this is good. But yeah, hello everyone. I am Saad_ on Twitch, and I stream as well as do a whole lot of Emberwind and D&D on this channel right here, and I also do D&D as a DM on another channel, Beacon Enforcer 21s, and so I'll be playing. I should probably introduce my character in the voice because it's very important. My name is Just Flipper. I'm an alien. My species, as you can tell by this very comfy fluffiness, I am a lumper fluff, and I'm the engineer on this ship, and it's a very comfortable ship because of me, and because of all this fur, I'm able to use it to patch up all the problems that are caused by other members using their weapons without permission.
Without. Yes. Just Flipper is takes his role very seriously as the ship's engineer. So
Duct tape? Why would I use duct tape when I can just take strands of my fur, which is covering my entire body? It's very comfy, you might add, and just place it into the holes, and it just seals up.
he's sort of like a combination of Jabba the Hutt and Jigglypuff from Smash Brothers. Like it basically is.
So I'm like what, 5 foot high, very very fluffy. I've got like these weird hands that are gloved up because if I'm doing any engineering work, if the fur gets stuck in there, it's going to be a problem.
Is there
And you
space
shed
herpes?
everywhere, don't you?
Yes,
I have no
and
idea.
I shed
the problem.
everywhere.
I
so-
assume that it's connected. In space, no one can hear you shed. All right. Well, I very appreciative that Saad is with us as well.
And yes, my name is Just Flebber. Thank you, because a lot of people just say, "Oh, so your name's Just Flebber then?" No, my name's Just Flebber, not Flebber. So remember that, Just Flebber.
Just Flebber. I am. Yes, very exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing what Just Flebber does with stuff as time goes on. And then we've got, of course, gentlemen should be known to those who were ready to watch Esper Genesis tonight, and that, of course, is our good friend Carlos Hernandez, who really was one of the ones who said it's important for us to stay on brand and come up with something that reflects the seriousness of our purpose here. So, I guess maybe Carlos, if you could talk a little bit about yourself just quickly, and then tell us the serious character that you've developed for this.
Yeah, so Carlos Hernandez, I am a writer. I'm also a professor, and I wanted to tell you about my sabbatical project that I just applied for. My chair loved it, so I'm pretty confident going to get it. But basically, I'm going to take a year off of work to play all sorts of role-playing games so that I can design new fiction around it. Basically, I'm going to use the role-playing games first just for themselves, but then I'm going to try to basically pull out mechanics from them and then try to develop new world building so that I can create a new fiction world to write out of. I'll be finishing my Sal and Gabby work up by then, and so this is going to be like the next exciting year of my project. So I'm really excited. And Lasers and Feelings actually fits into it because I wanted to do some one-shot RPGs, some of the simple systems, because they're actually great for world building. So this fits right into it. I might even use this very one.
And by the way, that is all true. That part that you just said, right? Like
100%.
That which
Yeah, that wasn't in character.
That was not in character. No, I was just gonna say like how cool it is that like as a college professor you got that's just super awesome. So
Well, I don't have the sabbatical yet. I just applied for it, but I'm optimistic that I'll be getting it.
I hope you do. I am definitely hoping for the best. And so in accordance with that, since you're using this for academic reasons, as you know, we do not mess around with academic stuff that is not serious. So
That's right.
What did you?
This entire thing is going to be peer reviewed, so we've got to be right on
So-
point.
Nobody told me that we were going to a committee. All right,
Yeah.
This is not a committee.
Your planning and budget committee. I want you to know that
Make sure
my
we have the
name-
references all lined up.
Right.
Yeah, this has to be an Emily style. So yeah, my character, planning and budget committee, is Argos Cucaracha. Basically, I am an explorer who's been on so many missions and had so many body parts shot off that there's no original piece of me left. All I've been doing is like grafting on and taking body parts where I could so that I could reassemble myself. But like a cucaracha, I am more or less unkillable.
I'm so glad that I went and double checked on how to spell that again. I was like, no, it's going to be like way off to the right. I'm like, outstanding. All right. I am very excited that Carlos is still with us, and I'm very excited. And then that last leaves me. You folks already know me, I hope, and so I don't need to describe myself again. I'm the humble host of this channel, and I am playing a doctor today. I am playing a hotshot doctor whose name is Bones McKelly. It's very important again to say
Completely original. Completely original.
It took me a while to come up with it. I had to think of a lot of different. It's pulled from some Latin and Greek. I combined some phonemes to produce what this is, so. The ship that we serve on it's very important for a doctor to be here. So I consider everyone else, all these folks that you just saw are very technically oriented, but I think it's important for the doctor to represent the human side. I think of medicine as more of an art than a science. I tend to do surgery by my gut. So they have sensors on the ship, and that's cool. But like, you know, sensors are whatever. Like, I'll still put my trust in a steady right hand and a wink of an eye and a silver bullet to the gut if needed. That's my job as Bones McKelly. So I am the one responsible for keeping this crew alive. And as you can see, as we begin, they are all alive. So I have done my job to this point in lasers and feelings. So, and we are the crew, gentlemen. Who wants to say what we are the crew of? We are the crew of the ship. What now?
We are the crew of the USS Rambo.
Rambo. Saad, can you describe what the Rambo looks like?
Can we use the description of that ship that we found? Because that's hilarious.
If you want, but you have to get into part. You have to get into that one part, though.
Oh. Yeah. So think of the saucer part of the USS Enterprise. Then on top of that, in the center of it, add the rear section of the Batmobile. So you know that winged kind of weirdness. Then instead of the cockpit, that kind of dome cockpit that the Batmobile has, it's got like an old World War II battleship top to it, and on that top, of course, has a bandana, the big bright red bandana around it to remind people, and it's got on the front and the rear, it's got two very long antennae that we don't know what they do. Probably sensors or something. I'm the engineer. We'll figure it out.
And now the most important part of this, though, beyond everything you've just described, is that there's one very important thing that is around the outside of this saucer area of the ship.
Oh yeah, so the round there's also another red bandana, because why not have two red bandanas?
Two red bandanas around.
I only have one when you can have two.
Right. So. Right, and there's basically every time we go into space, there is always a montage sequence. So once a day, there's a montage sequence where we all get together. It's also, we should describe, guys, the inside of the ship. Each of our rooms has its own M16, but because of several unfortunate accidents with the M16s, which are lasers, as John pointed out to me, all of them have been emptied. So we have just a bunch of empty M16s, but they are in the place. And my sick bay is actually not a real sick bay in the traditional sense. It is just a continually maintained inferno of fire. So if people have injuries, they just walk into the room and their wounds are cauterized. Carlos, I think you did a sound effect for this. So like people walk in and what happens? They're just like...
They go... Roar!
Right, and then they get healed and then they come out. So that's... Yeah, like that's basically how it is. They're they're L16s. Pretty much. So that's the
I like the L16, so that's even better. Like laser 16 is perfect.
So they're L16s with feelings.
Oh, M16Ls.
Exactly. Oh my God. By the way, quick side note, and then John, I want Johnny to take over. I just have to tell you guys, today I was going down to my reading, and I walk out of my room, and right outside of my room, there are these three guys coming out of a stairwell dressed in camos and carrying apparently plastic guns. And they walk out, they're like, "Tango, tango." I'm like, Jesus. And they're like, no, we're playing. It's okay. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I understand that it's a convention and that you're just playing. I do want to point out that you were in the state of Maryland wearing camouflage and carrying around realistic looking rifles and like doing this thing where you're like touching your ear and like, I'm like, and they're like, "Oh yeah, sorry, we'll try to keep it down." I'm like, "What the?" So I like walk down the stairs, being like, "Oh." So anyway, M16s were on the brain. Like, okay, sorry, Johnny, it's all yours. The crew of the USS Rambo is in your hands.
The crew of the USS Rambo is capable. Oh, I'm glad that I'm capable because this can only get more interesting. All right, so I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions as we get started. But let's begin.
Okay.
Camera fades in to blaster fire, laser shots going across the bow of the USS Rambo. Left and right from the ship, various fighters are kind of coming in. As the camera begins to focus in, as another series of blasts sort of just trail across the front part of the saucer section of the Rambo. We zoom in through the window, the view screen, as we come into sort of the bridge proper. Who's sitting on the bridge?
I'm on the bridge.
I would also be on the bridge.
What is Argos doing on the bridge?
So,
as an explorer, what's your job on the bridge?
I'm working at navigation right now.
Okay. And Croby, You're also on the bridge. What are you doing there?
As a killbot, I am manning the weapons console.
Okay. What is the name of the captain of your ship?
It was Captain Darcy, but he seems to be incommunicado right now.
Well, so I need a name for a captain on your ship.
Oh,
Like, Captain Roddenberry.
Okay. Okay. So is everybody calling him Rob?
His first name is Gino.
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 All right.
Gino Roddenberry.
Captain Gino Roddenberry is sitting, in the captain's console chair, just kind of barking orders left and right to the rest of the crew on the ship. Argos, you were getting just inundated with lots of data. As you can see from a navigational standpoint, there is an escape route out of this section of space, but there are just laser fires just coming left and right. Kroby, on your tactical screen, you see that there are 5 ships just kind of hovering in on you. They are all recognized as Templar ships. Templars being the Templars of Mithra. And their ships are pretty intense, and they're pretty badass. So, Captain Roddenberry is like barking to you to stay on top of that. What do you guys want to do?
I need more lasers.
I can't get you any more lasers.
Destroy them.
How do you expect me to make more lasers on the ship? You guys have shot holes in the...
Captain, I can divert power from life support to the extra weapons if you require.
Just where did you come from? I didn't even see you on the ship.
It's me over the comms, Captain. You always need me whenever there's a battle because there's always damage from the ship. So I may as well be on all the time just in case there's a battle.
That would be acceptable because I do not need to breathe.
Okay.
That would mean that you can't breathe very well. Is that okay?
I need to breathe.
Okay, maybe I can keep the oxygen going, but the rest of the life support can probably be diverted.
What's more important than or what's the rest of the what? Huh? I don't.
Maybe lights. I could turn off the lights.
That is also acceptable, as I can see in the dark.
So
more blaster fire comes across the bow as the smoke starts to just kind of fill the room a little bit, making it hard for Argos and the rest of the crew to breathe. But Kroby seems to be just fine.
So I actually dial in from.
Can I shoot back?
You can in just a second. Go ahead, Bones.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. So I like I up to the bridge from the sick bay. I'm currently sitting in the one cool area in my volcanic sick bay. But I'm noticing the breathing. Normally, I'm always breathing sulfur, but this is a little stronger than usual. So I just am like, I dial into the captain. Does he pick up or?
Hold on a second, and he clicks over. What is it, Bones?
Captain, I just have a question for you. I was down here and I noticed a few people are passed out in the hallway, and I don't think they've got their alcohol rations yet. So I was just curious if that and the ship shaking back and forth means that there's any problems. Do I need to turn up the flame for the sick bay? Are there going to be injuries? I just want to know now, ahead of time.
I don't know. The cockpit's full of smoke right now. You might have to evacuate. And he starts to pass out.
No, Captain. No, I mean, my sick bay is an inferno. It's always full of smoke. It's fine down here. We're fine. How are you? Okay, so I'm like, is anybody? Is the captain all right? Is Captain Gino Roddenberry okay?
Captain is down. Captain is down. I suggest tactical retreat right now. I see a path. It's thin. We gotta go now.
Negative. We must destroy the attackers.
Okay, so I head to the ship. I head to the bridge, just because obviously I'm needed.
All right. So
The Templars cannot be allowed to spawn any further.
Who wants to do what first?
I'm shooting.
I'm currently diverting
I
power.
wish to fire.
I've
I've got more power to shoot with.
So as you're going like up through the turbo lift, the lights just go off. Can't see.
I like to think that the
Oh my God,
elevator
But
has.
you still get that feeling of the
Right,
turbo
right,
lift.
yeah, yeah. I like the idea that the turbo lift has music in it, which keeps flirting out. So it's just like da 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 da. God, what is this garbage? Just keep it off the whole time. So I keep holding onto the thing and going bridge, but I just grip it tighter into bridge. I just keep figuring my anger will cause it to be better.
Oh no, we lost him.
Oh no, we lost him. This is what
Oh
happens.
no!
I'm so angry that we end up losing
Maybe
the
he
GM.
was the captain all along. No, we're on that road.
Johnny is actually Captain Roddenberry. That is some good GMing. I know the pictures are messed up. Just hang on for just a second.
Captain is down.
Captain is down. Well, good night, folks. Thanks for watching.
That was good, Johnny.
Guys, remember
Captain
this is
is
a
down.
very serious campaign.
That was
Please
good.
keep
Captain is down. Okay, so I'm on my way up. All right, you guys can shoot off at him.
Kroby was going to do his firing while Argos is going to navigate his way out of it. So Kroby wants to go first. So, tell me about the armament on the outside of the USS Rambo.
Well,
What kind of weapons do you have?
we are totally well armed. So photon torpedoes, laser arrays, sonic weapons. Even though sun doesn't work in space, except what it always does. I mean, I could throw tribbles at them. The tribble gun has been
The
very
tribble
effective
gun.
against.
Oh
creatures.
yeah, triple their asses.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I think I might have to use a tribble gun because it serves as a good distraction. They always go chasing after like cats or something.
We're also a
So
fighter
yeah,
craft.
I have a wide array of weaponry to draw on.
We're also what?
We're also a fighter craft, whatever that means.
Oh yeah. So we're also fighter craft. None of us know what that means, but we know it means we can fight well.
Well, so in this particular case, because I am the GM and I get to interpret what that means, you actually get expertise on this particular role. So it's going to be so. One
sweet.
additional question, just before we get too terribly far into this, I need to know: can you hear in space? Is there sound in space?
Pew.
Well, of course not. There's no sound in space, but we have communication devices. Just pretty obvious. We're
Okay,
that
all right,
technological advanced that we can communicate over distances.
But Rockon points out, and he's 100% right, that clearly the front of the ship has a large Bowie knife just like sticking out of the front of the ship.
It's just hanging in there.
Sticking
Whenever
out.
we go to walk, kind of like
Ramming
Wait,
speed.
is that large Bowie knife like mounted on front of in
Yeah,
front
you know,
of?
in front of the ship, like,
activate
or the-
know it.
and we can start ramming ships.
Actually, I was about to suggest ramming speed. Yes, exactly.
Ramming speed.
However, I will. I
And
will
it has a compass
if
on
I-
the other
if I
side of
may.
it, like a huge space compass, like one of the cheap knives you get as a kid. The compass on the top.
We are the Boy Scouts of space, apparently. So yeah. exactly.
Okay, so to
All
me this sounds like not only do you get to roll your 1d6, you get to roll expert, so that gets you an additional die. How if you
I'm
can sell me
assisting
how
with
prepared
power.
word? I'm sorry, what?
I'm assisting with power rediversion, so that would be
Okay.
extra help.
That's an
Exactly.
additional die. If you can sell me on how Kroby would be prepared about this, you'll get that fourth die.
Well, his first instinct is to shoot at anything that moves outside and sometimes even inside the ship. So I think by his very nature, he's ready to go. I mean, look, my raison d'etre is shoot bad guys. These are the bad guys. This is what I've been literally programmed to do. Came off the assembly
Right.
line. What is your duty? To kill things.
All right,
There we
you get your 4 dice. Roll it.
All right. I need to roll under. My score is a 5, but I'm lasers, not feelings. I'm all about the pew pew, not about the mew mew. Here we go. All right. Oh, that's terrible. I had 2 successes and 2 failures.
So that's
6,
so
6, 4, 1.
So 6, 6, 4, 1. So if your 2 dice succeed, you do well. Please describe to me what it's like as one of these ships begins to come in, and making its attack run, and you fire the triple gun on it.
All right. Well, what happens is, this is great. So it comes in and starts stitching us with lasers. I fire the triple gun, and the tribbles are attracted to its windshield, which totally blocked their sight, so they have to go spin off because they don't know exactly where they're going. I've now
So
blocked
as this-
them from looking out their viewports, so they cannot see anymore because these ships have viewports, not view screens.
But wait a minute.
I
The
even
top of the
want the
ship's
view
still
screen.
up.
it would still be blocked.
The ship saucer on our ship has actually got mounted M60, like sci-fi M16s, just mounted in like a 360 pattern. And so one of them turns
L16s.
and starts firing little L16s.
Side,
and they start firing little.
You have to explain this to me though, because I'm on stream. I've just added the knife to the front of the ship, so I've got to put the L16s. You're saying on the side of the ship. I want to make sure.
Yes.
Around the saucer, so you have like a full 360 degree of fire, like arcs.
Okay, it's called an L16.
It's called an
A
L16.
laser 16. Yes, that's
I
correct.
get a light camera when I do that. L16. Okay, got it. Okay, cool.
All right. So as the triples fire and begin to cover the windshield, the pilot reacts and he starts to twist, to try to to kind of shake them off, causing a little bit of a chain reaction, and he sends himself into a spin, thus causing himself to kind of spin off into space. As what happens is, as the triples attach themselves to the windshield, they start to mate, and whatever the gun does, it accelerates the triple, the rate of mating for triples, and all of a sudden you begin to see that the triples are all sort of like encompassing the ship, and all of a sudden, just as it's sort of off in the distance, you see this large furry object just spinning off into the distance. So
Perfect.
Argos. Blaster fires is continuing to come in. You see these four mithril, these temporal ships kind of moving in. Tell me what you see on the navigation screen that you see as the exit.
Yeah, so basically I'm looking, straight ahead, and I see a clear path that is only going to last for maybe 4 seconds. We're going to have to blast right through to just bust out of here. And off in the distance is one of these wormholes that is well documented, except for it's very difficult to go through because it can lead you in one of 12 different locations. And I'm not going to have time to do all the space math to figure out where it's going to lead us. So I'm thinking I'm going to punch through that hole and see where it takes us.
All right. Make us that awesome piloting roll that you need to make here.
Okay. So I am an explorer, so I'm hoping I can get a little bonus on that.
I think you can definitely get expert. If you can describe to me how, even though you're not doing the calculation to figure out which one of the 12 you're going to hit, if you can explain to me some way that you're going to be prepared for this, I would absolutely love to hear it, and I'll give you that additional die.
Oh, no, I'm peeing my pants. I'm not prepared at all.
What is this preparation you refer to?
Yeah. So I need to roll lasers right now, and so I have 1 success and 1 failure. I rolled a 6 and a 4. Oh, I think we just lost.
You think we lost him again? Look at that face.
That face is like, not a chance that's gonna work.
I just want, since we're the USS Rambo, everything's like in like 19 like 70s, 1980s style tech for the for the interfaces.
Like Blood Dragon, right? From whatever that was.
Yeah.
No, for real. I totally buy that. That's a DM, you're all dead face. Yeah, I mean, like, that's probably true.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Probably right. It's been a good run for the USS Rambo.
Yeah, we should remind everyone that actually all of our like engineering bay, medical bay, even the kitchen, all that, they're actually all not only just for those tasks, they're actually used to make more weapons. So we've got an engineering bay that makes like engineering-based weapons. So like a blowtorch, it's a flamethrower, stuff like that. Very simple stuff.
Absolutely.
We have the medical bay, which obviously.
So Johnny, we assume that we convinced you through the power of your leaving at that moment.
So success. So what I was waiting for was Argos to actually describe to me what it's like when he enters the wormhole. And I'm sure you already did.
Oh yeah, I did. Did we lose Kroby though? Now I'm looking at another stunned face.
No,
he's fine.
Okay.
Good. This is my normal face.
I am always
an android after all.
So as we go in through the wormhole, the ship is kind of side winding in because I didn't, I just had to punch through the hole as fast as I could, and I shoot us into hole number 7, of the 12 possible paths that we go into. And as we emerge on the other side, hole number 7 is the hole that actually puts you right back where you were, but in the exact opposite direction. So we're upside down, inverted, just roll pitch yaws exactly reversed.
I got this.
So as you do this, you go through. One of the ships kind of comes in with you.
Oh no, not again. Oh, I feel so bad.
That's all right. It gives me a little more time to try.
Actually, his internet really is crap.
Yeah, it actually gives me a chance to rotate the ship in the opposite direction.
Excellent, yes.
So I want to make sure I get that there. All right, there's that. Very important.
I can see like the Boeing knife at the front kind of like cuts through to open up the wormhole. It's like part of the system that we decide.
Right.
I would think so.
It cuts space-time itself.
Yeah. To connect to the wormhole, we need to somehow break into it, and so we cut it open.
Great.
I assume Carlos probably flunked his, astronavigation class, but they put him on here anyways.
Yeah. Well,
So, yeah.
D- is a pass, man.
That's right. It was a pass-fail class. So.
That's right. I just audited.
This reminds me, I don't know if any of you watch Geek and Sundry, but they used to do, I don't know if they still do it, but there was a show called Dick and Johnson where they were it was basically two like secret agents who were just like hillbillies and it was just all made up complete garbage stories, and they'd always have guests on, and it was absolutely hilarious. Like they had a Girl Scouts war that was going on. So it's like an epic battle between all the Girl Scouts. What's the mocking the Hunger Games? Mm-hmm. Except it's all Girl Scout groups and troops fighting it out, and it was absolutely hilarious. They do all sorts of various stupid stories like that. And this is what this reminds me of. So I'm loving it.
By the way, in case anyone is curious who's coming a little bit late, we are playing an impromptu one-shot called Lasers and Feelings because our Esper Genesis session had to get moved. We will be doing it on Friday, although unfortunately Carlos will not be able to be there because he is going to a convention. Who does that? I mean, really. But he's not going to be there, but unfortunately. But we do have him tonight. We will have Kat and Johnny and Zach will be with us next Friday. So in the meantime, so as not to waste this stuff, I managed to run out and recruit a couple of people in John and Saad to join us. And Johnny is GMing for us, but Johnny's internet has been giving him nothing but grief. So at the moment we are in the upside down USS Rambo, which has got its, I think it's isn't it a Bowie? Isn't it pronounced Bowie knife? I think it's Bowie, right?
It was a Boeing knife, maybe I'm wrong.
No, I thought
Jim Bowie.
I used to call it Bowie, but then somebody told me it was Bowie. Anyway, so Bowie then. So it's a Bowie knife, which is in the front.
Bowie.
And then our two M16s that are mounted on the sides of it, as you can see. And then also
Wikipedia says Bowie.
The bandana. What's that?
Wikipedia says Bowie.
Says Bowie. See, I thought it was Bowie. It is Bowie.
Bowie.
See.
There you go. Bowie.
And your internet's good tonight? Maybe that's the problem, Nordwolf. Maybe your internet, if your internet is good, then it means his can't be.
Stealing his internet.
Yeah. Yeah, so unfortunately, that's why the pictures are messed up, because if I start adjusting them, that means he'll come back and then they'll be all fouled up again. So please bear with us.
Could you could kind of like duplicate the scene and then just switch back and forth?
I may have to do that, yeah.
Yeah. That might be good.
I may have to do that.
Please come back.
Come on. You
can do it,
Johnny.
Yeah, the internet's, I know.
I'm looking at old like 80s, 90s, 70s sci-fi shows. And there was one, I don't know if you guys know it, called Time Tracks. If you ever watched it.
I don't think so.
It was.
I'm aware of that one, yeah.
You've probably heard of it. It's kind of like a time cop style one where a guy goes into the past to capture someone from the future who were also into the past. And it's just that ultimate cheesy, like late 80s, early 90s drama, action drama. Ugh, I remember watching that as a kid.
My favorite like that was Sorry, give me a second. Oh, because I had the wrong thing. My favorite of that was there's this thing called Voyager. Not Star Trek Voyager, but another time travel thing, Voyager, which was back in the 1980s, which only had a season or two, where they had this guy basically who traveled through time, and he had this like pocket watch thing that basically told him when something in history was off, and he had to fix it.
I see.
And
Cool.
yeah,
Put
it
in
was
chat.
super cool. It was called Voyager. And
Voyagers with an exclamation mark.
Voyagers, that's right. And they actually had a really cool time travel theme. It was I love that.
Brandhouse knows so bad.
It was the best.
I loved all those really bad visual effects back then. It was so good.
Okay, so I am coming up with this alternate thing as requested.
Hopefully you can come back. Perhaps we could always, if anyone has any questions regarding any of the D&D or Emberwind stuff, now's a good time to ask it, and we can try and answer it.
I also just put in the chat the fact that you can buy 40 pounds of Lucky Charms marshmallows by themselves on Amazon.
By themselves?
Yeah, you just the marshmallows. Just, in case you wanted
That's-
40 pounds of marshmallows only.
Yeah, that is definitely dangerous.
Okay, the answered question is, where did you get them? Is it possible to get them individually wrapped? No. This is better. Can I get a calorie count, please? I'm watching my figure. My Fitness Pal estimates 7 grams of dried marshmallows to be 25 calories. That makes this 40-pound bag 453,590 calories.
So it's the perfect
People are watching-
apocalypse food.
If you are watching your diet at about 2,000 calories per day, you can eat nothing but marshmallows from this bag for the next 226.8 days.
It's outstanding.
there's-
How big is the package of marshmallows? I'm hoping to swim through them like Scrooge McDuck. You could hot tub with them, or better yet, a kiddie pool. 40 pounds is a lot, but to swim you need more like 120.
So you just buy 3 of them and you have a
There
swimming
you
pool.
go. There you go. Let's see.
What I-
I'm planning
what I
on
lo-
jumping up a several-story building. How many 40-pound pieces do I need to buy to ensure a soft landing? I'm 180 pounds. Answer: well, Ken, I want to preface my answer by saying I'm not a leprechaun and thus ill-equipped to advise you on what constitutes a safe level of cushioning for dehydrated marshmallow-based free fall. This goes on. I purchased the 40 pounds of marshmallows as part of an elaborate Christmas joke for my adult children. I was surprised to find out how many people admitted that, like me, the only time we ever knowingly ingested the cereal portion was when it was impossible to separate it from the dehydrated marshmallow. I will warn you, however, that even after extracting enough of the marshmallows to make an impressive show of burying said children, it kicked ass, truth be told. I was left with what seemed like a never-ending supply of dehydrated marshmallows that were eventually thrown away. Why are they so dehydrated? They tend to be hungover from binge drinking and haven't yet taken measures to recover, like drinking water. Exactly. Oh man, that's good. Could 40-pound bag of marshmallows be turned into a Stay Puft Marshmallow midget? Having purchased 3 40-pound bags in the past, I would say yes, but you need to be selective in the liquid chosen to mix them into the marshmallows. I would
say yes. What I love
Yep.
about this is it shows how carefully Amazon vets the things that they allow sold. I mean, I think it's pretty clear.
Oh,
that-
you've seen some of the reviews on stuff. Well, you can really buy this. This is a real deal. I love the questions and answers, but I have to go to the questions.
I remember there was a 40-gallon bucket or something like that of lubricant, which led to
No, like it
very
was
interesting-
huge, way more than 40.
Was it
I
more than
remember.
40? It was some
It's
absurd
like
amount.
1,000 or
It was
something like that.
And the comments on that were priceless. Just like,
Yeah.
They want $163 for this.
Okay.
It's kind of pricey for marshmallows, man.
I've just got about all the
Although-
alternate ones done.
26 cents per ounce is not bad.
Although I'm looking on Reddit and apparently bad news. It's saying like, as someone once ordered 5 pounds, I can tell you it's wasted money. Once the airtight seal is broken, humidity turns the marshmallows into a hard lump in a few days. The cereal acts as a humidity absorber barrier, so it basically just turns it to one humongous mega mellow.
Yeah. So you have to actually keep them sealed.
I'm not sure. Wait a minute. I mean, if it's one big humongous marshmallow, I'm not totally sure I understand the problem. Like, what?
Right.
Where is the issue?
You can, carve what you want from that, I guess.
Right. Like it's exactly. It's like
You could make
it's
the
like
greatest
Brazilian
rocky road
steakhouses.
ever.
It's like the Brazilian steakhouses where they bring the skewer of meat and you just carve it
Right?
off. They just
Yeah,
bring
it's
out
like
the
a
marshmallow and
shawarma
you just...
of marshmallow.
Schwarmello. Yeah, exactly.
Shawarma.
And the first review is someone who bought it, then found Lucky Charms in the store, and apparently claims to have eaten all 40 pounds in one day.
Oh,
I hear stuff like that all the time. You no, but the thing is though, until you got some of these calorie counts, like I love the dulce de leche cheesecake at Cheesecake Factory. Do you know that one slice of that is 1,900 calories?
no,
Like that
I
is
do.
literally
It's
your
just-
entire, like
Wow.
yeah. So I end up getting a
I
piece,
know
and then I
that.
eat it over
the
course
average
of a
slice is
week.
like 800 anyways, so it's just
Yeah.
insane.
1,900.
Who cares? It's so good. Cheesecake.
How much sugar is in that? I know it's
God,
like
all of
90,
all
100
of it.
grams.
Yeah, all of it, all the sugar.
Have we totally lost Johnny? Is he
I don't know.
like internet's out in a 3-block radius?
I at the moment have. If so, we're just going to have to go forward with the story the best we
I
can.
think we entered the world
It's
into the
going to be group storyteller mode.
group
Well, we
storyteller
came out upside down and it facing the wrong way. So
And which you can see that I've very carefully represented, calculating all the math on the screen. So I like the idea, since I couldn't find a ribbon to put around it, that there's a guy just staring at the ship who has a red bandana. He's been staring at the
giving
ship
his
all the time.
blessing. His
Yeah,
Rambo
exactly.
That's the captain, guys. What are you talking about?
That's Gino Roddenberry. What do you think Gino feels about us right now? Oh god. All right. Well, let's while Johnny's away, let's. So we're in this wormhole. Do you think at this point I've actually gotten to the I've gotten up to the bridge at this point? Like, has the turbo lift?
let's assume you have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like,
I'd say the
slides
wormhole
over-
I mean, he only took the power out of what was it? A little bit of life support, right? So you're
Yeah.
fine. Okay.
Right.
The
And the
wormhole
music.
would probably
Music.
increase the velocity of the
Well, it's
turbo.
upside down. Yeah, it could be upside down.
Yeah, and you come out, you like land and you get pushed up to the ceiling, but then the gravity shifts because you're upside down.
So you're saying I walk out like upside down, like I'm just like.
Yeah,
Right.
All right.
yeah.
All right. Well,
And then the
hold on
gravity shifts again as we get out of the wormhole and you just go slam.
All right. So there we go. I'm fixing this on stream right now.
Yes, excellent.
So there you go. And okay, so we're all. This is good. I think that this is appropriate. All right, good. We're all good to go.
Back to cruise at the bank.
So as we are all now, on the ceiling. So I walk out and I'm kind of like, so there's a scientific reason that you guys are going to use to explain why this all works mathematically, right? Like why I can be on the ceiling right now?
Well, actually, I look up at you from where I am at the floor because my magnetic feet kept me where I was by the weapons bank and say, yes, we're upside down.
Is that supposed to happen?
Ask him. And I pointed.
Anyone up on the bridge? I seem to be located on the ceiling. Can you please advise on what procedures I need to do to return back down to normal levels?
Mathematically, in space, there's no such thing as upside down. That's really just kind of like a anthropocentric.
Yes, I understand that. The gravity inside the ship has changed. Would you like me to have a look at it, or is there some kind of weird phenomenon happening that I do not know about that I need to be aware of so that I can adjust the gravitational systems in the ship?
If you want to be on the floor again, just reverse the gravity.
Yeah, could you reverse? I'm like, hey, Fleber, just Fleber, just. Can you recalibrate so that the gravity goes in the other direction, please? That would be great if you could do that. Thanks.
Okay. I hope you're all holding on to something because you're about to. Oh, I already done it.
Oh, Jesus. I'm like,
Argos loses an arm.
oh,
Yeah, the arm
that's-
just comes out. Just
Comes
goes
off, it's like, ah!
it's like a very high stakes Mr. Potato Head. I'm like, all right, so I'm like, do you want to? Do you need help with that? Like I say as I'm pulling myself up, like bruised and broken. I'm like, if I put you in the sick bay, just some fire will clear that right up.
Can you just shoot it back on?
You just hear this. Good thing that my body is very soft because that landing would have hurt me.
So I'm like, all right. Look, Argos, you got to come down with me and see if we can get you cleaned up. Is there any ship out there, Kroby?
There are 4 more ships I have not been able to destroy yet, so having the navigator leave would not be a good idea because they will probably destroy us before we are able to fly away. Perhaps you should stay here and man the weapons, and I will go down to our personal fighter and go out and engage them in ship-to-ship combat.
I'm a doctor, damn it, not a shooter.
You've just been promoted.
I can
Why, you're
navigate
saying
with
it's a
one hand.
promotion? Because what I do is brilliant and great work. Like, look what I'm going to do right now. And so I like look around and I just see like this lever on the thing, and I just rip it out of the console and like stick it onto Argos's arm, and I pull out my welding torch that I always keep just in case of these emergencies. And I'm just like,
I'm fine with this, by the way.
you know, right there. So I'm like, there, good as new. Promote that, robot
I
boy.
think you should take a roll. I think if I were Johnny Pittman, I would make you take a laser roll on that.
Yeah, that would be a lazy.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
no, but see, I do my medicine with feeling though. So isn't
But
this
you are an
really-
expert
Oh,
at it. So
they
you
did.
get
All right, then
2d6.
it's a feelings roll. Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm trying to get high, and I'm rolling 2d6, right? At least I think.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I'm
would give you
assisting.
one for the
I mean,
expertise.
I would definitely assist
36, yeah.
you putting my arm.
Oh, you're
It's just
assisting
putting-
the 3d6.
But-
Yeah.
but are you
You
assisting
got to
with
roll
your teeth?
over your 2.
Like, how are you assisting? You
He's
have,
holding
I'm
still.
oh,
holding
you
it
have one
for-
arm. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're
Yeah.
assisting. All right. Okay, good. Okay, so 3 dice. All right.
Wait. So you're using the handle as like something to stick in there, and then you put the arm on top of that.
Yeah, exactly, and that-
And
that
so
was
now
just
it'll be
fine.
like a shoulder, then like a bit of a handle, and then the rest of
Right.
it.
And that's actually going to be an improvement on what the hand I used to have. So.
Oh, I just got a text from Johnny saying he's working on getting it back up. All right, I'm gonna make these rolls. So I'm rolling 3 dice. Right?
All right.
And I'm trying
Correct.
to roll high, right? Because I'm going for feelings.
You want to be above your 2. Yeah, that's correct.
All right,
That's
here we
correct.
go.
And twos are great.
All right, I had 4, 4, and a 2.
All right, so you got
All right.
laser feelings. So you got like a super result.
Right. So as
Yeah,
I'm,
actually,
as
that's
I'm
true.
putting- so I should be able to ask the GM at this point, like, you know, because it says that I can, like, when you get the exact number you need, you get laser feelings, which means that I feel like I can look in and I can see the history of this lever and the history of Argos's arm, and I can see how many arms Argos has been through over the course of his very long life. And I've actually seen that the lever that I'm putting on his arm is actually made from metal from melted down other portion of his previous arm, God knows how many long ago. So actually, you're restoring these, and like, exactly, Brahms, you are the one. So everything is ones and zeros, and I just put it together, and so like this lever was made for you. So even though you have a lever for an arm,
And you see like a picture of like a tree, but one of those like see-through trees, so you get to see all the veins.
Right.
It just looks like you're
Right.
connecting them perfectly up with the arm.
so that means you're like wired into the ship. So everything you do, the ship immediately can react to. I would say instantaneously, right? Like just, you know, you move the lever, that's how it goes.
Absolutely. Yes, he is now a part of the ship.
Yeah, I
Absolutely
am.
The one. Yeah.
All right, now you're
Whatever
navigating
that
fixed.
lever does, you mean? We don't know what that lever does.
That's true. I look back at the lever and it's like the warp drive. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, Flever, do we need a warp drive lever? We don't need that, right? Like they're phasing those out, right? They're gonna go to solar. pretty
Depends.
soon,
Oh yeah,
right?
but
Was it
in
an
about
off
3
or
years'
on?
time,
Yeah,
when we've got to remember we're using the Apple drives, and as you know, the Apple 10 drive is a little bit faster than the Apple 11, but we're using Apple 9 because we're cheap states and we can't afford to upgrade to any of the next ones up. So yes, no, yes, and in like if we can afford it in 2-3 years.
So I just kind of shake my head. I'm like, all right, it looks good though, right? It's really sparkly.
Yeah, it's better than it was before.
All
Thanks,
right.
man.
Classic Apple product. No problem. It'll cost money, a lot of money to get it fixed though. You'll have to go to an Apple bar. It's fine for now.
And don't try to upgrade it.
Well, let me man navigation now while Kroby Killbot goes kill body on everybody.
Not everybody. Well, not you. Not yet. So
Not
fire
yet.
again. I
meanwhile,
will
the panel's
fire again, but I'm
sparking.
missing the. Let's see, I'm missing the assist here. All right. Well,
I'm still diverting power to weapons. So
Oh,
like the
then
lights
I'm
are
all
out
good,
most
yep.
of it
All
as
right.
well.
Let's see here.
What's great about this, guys, is that we just do all
That's
these things and the ships never fire back at us. It's as if they've
Yeah.
been silenced in space, and they just
We
sit there.
should have gotten the shields upgrade instead of that. But I got the so it's 4, 3, 3, 6. So it's like 3 successes. So I'm actually going to switch over to lasers in keeping with the theme of our game.
Okay.
The tribbles were good because having a ship transform into a tribble was tremendous. There's 4 ships left, but I'm going to try to actually shoot them. And with a 3 out of 4, I think I did a pretty good job. So
You got a critical
Yeah.
success. So
pew pew pew.
tells you some
Exactly.
extra effects you get.
How
Yep.
many
So-
fails? If you get any fails, that's the other ship shooting at us and hitting. How about that?
There you go. Exactly. So it's 3-1. So my concentrated fire is 3 times as good as theirs is.
So
There
that
you go.
blows through their attempted fire, right? That's how it works. They shoot at you,
Yeah.
but you shoot with something bigger, so
Right.
your bigger shot overrides their
Well,
pathetic shot.
I have the entire ring of L16s to fire on, so it's all good. we vastly out-weapon them. There's no
And
kind.
every time you start firing like crazy, you're just like, oh, oh, even though you're not actually.
I like the idea that every
Oh,
time you do this too, all the lights on the ship dim like a badly wired house, like all the like, as they go off. Like,
Well, no, you have to remember, it's Proby's version of that, which is that's pretty much it. He only has one tone. There's no emotion there at all. Yeah,
He might
yeah.
be able to play a wave file of Rambo, though. He might just be able to play the exact one.
So that would leave 3 ships left. I assume that could pretty much destroyed them. Yeah. So
oh yeah, I would say that
we
they're.
still have 3 ships on us. So navigator, use your new arm to navigate us out of here.
All right. Well, where do we want to go?
I
we
can't
have-
hold them off for anywhere but here,
Well,
and not wormhole number 7.
can't you choose
So-
another wormhole? God damn it!
So we should maybe go to a starbase to figure out what's going on with the captain.
That's
Well,
a
there
good
could be
idea.
more reinforcements. So
Excellent idea.
Yeah, didn't that? I think the captain passed out on the bridge with smoke, and I feel like the smoke has not been referred to ever since that moment happened.
When
So
the
I assume
lasers
it's
hit, he
played out.
fell out of his chair and apparently wanged his head or something. So yeah.
Doctor, why
Down-
don't you
down
think
to
of
the
the
count.
captain first before we make a decision?
I look down at him. I'm like, he might be dead, Jim. Let's wait. There is no such person. No, I'm just kidding. I think he's just unconscious, but he's gonna need some help. I can bring him down to the sick bay, but I don't.
Cauterize him.
Yeah, if I just cauterize his lungs, he should be fine.
Yes, bring him down to that grill kitchen you call a med bay.
All right, I'm gonna get him well done. All right, so I just kind of flip him over my shoulder. I go back into the turbo lift. I'm like, Fleber, can you give unconditional priority to the turbo lift just for the next 15 seconds?
if I do that, okay.
Make it
just
so,
be aware
I say.
that
No, don't tell me the
may
details. Let's just do
incur
it. I
injury
believe in my
as
heart.
it
Nope.
will
La
increase
la
its
la,
velocity.
la la la. I can't. It's just like I'm going with my gut.
Very well. Okay, diverting all the extra power that was for weapons into the turbo lift.
So I'm like right.
I'm gonna see how I know. I can roll and see how good
Control
I
F enters light speed. Yes.
If I screw up, it's gonna be hilarious.
So I assume that when that happens, like the captain's body just like hits the top of the.
yeah, I'm gonna see how good
Oh,
I do
I-
it. So
Actually, I
roll
want him to fail, so the entire turbolift blasts out the bottom of the ship. Is what I really want to happen.
All of a sudden, it's like the Great
And
Glass
Argos,
Elevator.
of course, yells, "No!" raising his
I failed.
hand.
I failed once and it succeeded once. So it succeeded, but something bad happened.
So I'm assuming
Yeah,
what bad
if one die
happened.
succeeds, you barely manage it. The GM inflicts a complication, harm, or cost. So,
Yeah, so he kind of succeeded. Is that the idea?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So the problem is that the power was fluctuating. So your ship, your turret kept going really fast and slow, and so you like slammed the ceiling. And when you see the captain's corpse just like getting absolutely Yeah.
It never hits the ground though. It's just like five.
Yeah.
Why won't you stop this ship? I'm like, oh my god, it's Rick Berman all over again. Like this, it keeps going down. That was an inside showrunner joke. Anyway, we get to hey, what's up, Light and Passion? Yes, welcome to the very serious Lasers and Feelings. We have put Espergenesis to the side for the benefit of a much more serious thing. Okay, so we get there, and then I assume the turbo lift, like every good elevator shot in a movie, finishes up like halfway between floors. So then I
Yep.
have to like push him up onto the floor, his bruised body, and like pull myself out. Like, God, Fleber, all right, I'm good with the turbo lift. You can restore power to something else. Like, just don't, try
like the lights, because you
Warp
probably
drive!
can't see where you're going.
Warp drive, please.
Warp drive.
We want warp.
Oh, so do you want me to divert the power from the turbo lift to the warp drive?
Yes, do that.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and punch us back through the wormhole and attempt to take us to the unexplored hole number 13. Option 13,
Oh,
never
man.
been explored by anybody.
Number
This
13.
satisfies my goal to find new worlds.
You heard there was a star base past it, like the mysterious star base that
Right,
may
exactly, a sexy starbase.
Yeah.
And so I don't think anybody can assist. I don't know that I have any.
I'd love to help, but I'm currently crawling down a hallway in no light, holding the corpse of our
Dragging
captain.
the at least unconscious, possibly dead captain behind you.
The
Yeah.
unconscious creator of Star Trek with me. So I can't.
I think it's a maximum 2 dice for me, or maybe 1. It's like, I am a navigator explorer type.
We'll give you the expertise. We'll give you a 2d6. I think is fair. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Take it.
And it's your lasers ability.
All right. Yeah, it's a lasers roll.
Lasers.
And I got 2 2s, so it is successful. So we plunge successfully through hole 13, which
Awesome.
we kind of discover immediately is the unknown base for the Templar attack group. This is basically where their attacks have been coming from, why we've been fighting wars with them for so long. Here we are.
This is not okay.
So you're on the bridge. You guys, what you can do?
I'll just text him back. All right.
I open a channel and demand the base surrender to us.
That sounds like a feelings roll to me there. Will.
Yeah, you should do that.
That's
You do that.
roll there, right there.
Oh my god, you guys are
Let's see if they
insane.
feel you.
And I have no expertise in this whatsoever. So this is gonna be
It's
terrible.
gonna be great. I think you have your own special kind of expertise. Thank you for the reset.
Total
Gilbert.
failure.
Total failure. That's great.
So they send
So
out
you-
their-
So I assume they're kind of like. So what they get back, I assume is something like. Like it's not even English.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah, I forget we don't have a universal translator exactly.
And I'm like, so I actually
No,
hear
we
that.
do
being
actually.
rude.
We do have a universal translator. It's part of standard equipment.
Oh really?
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but because I
Oh,
converted
yeah,
to
it is.
power, there is no translator to power it. Would you like me to power the universal translator?
Yes, do that.
Well, I can only
Okay.
power one thing on the ship at a time.
I like. By the way,
Exactly.
every time you power something, you divert all power to it. So every time, so now it's just like incredibly enhanced.
It's like emergency
translator.
power everywhere else.
So instead, the voice you hear is like, "Welcome, sir. I appreciate very much your arrival at our base. I believe I've misunderstood your statement. I heard something about surrendering. I believe in our culture that would be seen as giving up, and we don't even know who you are. So we are going to assume this was simply a misunderstanding. We'd like to ask you to come to the starbase, or we will be forced to remove your air supply forcibly. Please comply."
And you watch as like all these like lights power up on space, and it's just all these guns. It's like about 50 guns that just kind of
Right,
stick out
exactly.
from the
The
airbase.
entire space station is itself a gun. It's just like
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
it's like a Megatron.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So it looks like we brought a
Gun,
nice
gun upon gun
quick-
upon gun upon gun. It's like just
Yeah.
hatches come out.
So
exactly.
I can't see any of this. I just hear it and I'm like, all right, it sounds like they like us then. Like, so what is,
Yeah. So,
how do you
so
feel
I'm
about
gonna
this,
navigate
Argos?
us in.
Okay. I assume you navigate us right through the barrel of the gun. right to the barrel. Oh,
And so-
man.
There's like a little at the end of the barrel, there's actually like a little hatch. It's like you got the giant barrel, but then like on the edge of the circumference, there's like a little hatch that opens up to enter into.
Yeah. Yeah,
Its
like
iris is
Nor-
open.
Norval said the station is like the 88 Magnum. Right, like that's basically what it is in space.
So, yeah, I flip on the comm and just say, we're going in, everybody, but these are the Templars. We know that they are vicious killers. If they see us, they will instantly murder us. We have to go guerrilla on them right now. We've got to get ready with all of our guns and get ready to, fight a guerrilla war like they've never seen before here.
Well, and I'm like, wait a minute, what, guerrilla war? I thought they were happy with us. What's going on? I don't
Oh, no, they
understand.
want to kill us.
What? How did that happen?
They're Templars.
This is
They've
the
always wanted to
Templar.
kill
This is the Templar base. We've accidentally found the secret base that has been kept secret from us from all this time.
Oh, all right. Well,
Despite their cheery greeting, we are sure they wish to kill us.
well, I have some good news about that. The captain I'm about to put right in the sick bay, so I'm sure once he's better, he'll have a solution. So we just need to hold him off for about the next 2 solar hours, I would say. He should be better by then. So you guys can do that, right? Okay, sounds good. McKelly out.
Would you like me? I was going to ask if you wanted power diverted to the medical bay so they could heal the captain.
Oh yeah, please do that. Please do that. So what happens when you divert all the power
Right.
to the?
All the lights go out.
Now we're drifting into the hangar out of control.
Right.
All of a sudden, on the med bay.
No thrusters, you know.
Yes.
But the medical bay.
It's like we like crash land into the.
Yeah, pretty much.
It just like floats in, just hits like the sides and starts like getting.
But the
bouncing.
medical bay is just like.
It's like a blazing sun in there.
I'm like,
yeah.
wow, this is super deluxe. I'm like, here you go. I just tossed the captain in there. He just
Get your sonic scalp out to prepare for surgery. Exactly.
I just tossed Gino Roddenberry in there.
Yeah. You open up the doors to like the main corridors on the level that you're on, and just fire shoots out. And just goes
No, I like toss him in there and then I just close the door and I'm like, all right, now I just wait. We'll be all good to go. I'm going to actually show chat a little bit about what this looks like in just a moment here. This is, I'm going to pop this up right here so you can see that.
Remember, chat, this is a serious campaign. So please don't think of this as some kind of comedic emergency one-shot campaign or anything like that. This is a full-on, long-term, 5-year campaign.
So there we go.
Probably more knowing
This is sci-fi. Yeah.
So there we go. So that's basically what we see. So you just toss him inside, and then you close the door. I close the door, and I just wait. And I hear what sounds like some crackling, and I'm like, oh, it's good. It's doing its work. Sounds good. And I walk away as I hear this crackling sound. So it should be fine. And then the ship impacts badly into the side of the right. And I'm like, I think.
and we all stagger around as we do on.
Yeah, we're like,
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
lost.
However, for me, it's not that bad because anything I hit, it's very comfortable on my body. So it's just more like, whoa.
I've lost a leg. Hello, leg.
So I'm like,
Medic!
I can handle that. It's no problem. If you want to come down here, I think that I got the med
I
bays
lost
big
my
enough for
leg.
2. Oh, you can't. Can you use your lever that I put on your arm to crawl here, or is that not gonna?
Actually, yeah, I can.
Perhaps you could use your leg detector. I'm sure you have one. It's part of the model that I heard you had installed in your chest. Perhaps that might help.
So at this point, I assume that we hear like, hello, we are just calling from the starbase. We understand that you appear to have landed. You haven't quite gotten to the place where we wanted you to go. You've actually impacted into the pilings on the side, and that hasn't happened since this incident long time ago with the USS Staten Island. It's not a good idea. So if you could refit yourself and put yourself back before we destroy you, that would be great. Thank you.
Oh man. Okay, Flebber, give me power to the engines, please.
Oh, you want me to divert all emergency power to the engine?
Emergency power to the engines, please. Yes.
Okay, very well.
And of course, I hit go.
So I assume when that happens, like that we bang into the side of the thing and then it like floats around.
I did a successful roll to do that.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh, and I guess I should do a navigations roll to see if that.
Yeah.
actually-
Oh, you could try.
Yeah, how good, yeah, you get an assist because my roll to divert the power correctly worked.
Okay, well, and I'm an expert too, so.
You get 3.
I actually got 2 5s, which are 2 laser feelings. So,
Wow.
the most glorious.
Despite
landing.
yourself, you managed to land the ship. Yeah, exactly, like perfectly.
Yeah.
It's like the one thing you're
and then
actually known
drop.
to be good at. Like you did very well very bad at everything except landing.
Right. So you do like the
Docking the
drift.
ship.
You
Yeah,
do
exactly.
like the drift
It's
break,
like
right? When
flying
you come in,
ships,
you're
you're
like,
out of shit.
you know, like parallel park, like at 4,000 miles an hour, and
Exactly.
you're like, so they're like,
Yes.
I assume they're like, thank you so much for your cooperation. Please prepare to be boarded.
Prepare
Prepare to repel borders. And I go and run to my room to get my 2 L-16s that I'm going to need to be able to shoot them as they come on board the ship.
As you do that, I just sort of radio up. I'm like, there's good news, guys. There's a banging sound coming from inside the med bay, so definitely the captain is awake now. That's great. He's even talking. He can hear. I hear shouting and screaming, so I think that's a good sign. He's definitely awake. So I just wanted to let you know.
Actually,
Bones McKelly is on the
fine
case.
now since the power was diverted away from the med bay, so he should be,
Oh, yeah. He said something
Tip-top.
like, he's like, so you click over and he's like, I'm all right. I'm just very badly burned.
I mean, I
Go to burn power to the medical. Okay.
Oh god. All right. So what are your
And then
L16s
it cuts
look
out, so all
like?
you heard was divert power to the med bay. Yeah, exactly.
That's all you heard. So Crowley, what exactly, or Croby? What do I keep saying Crowley? Croby. So I'm just curious about like what your L16s look like, because I assume your whole room is like a shrine to them, right? Like most people have them, but like you like lie on a bed of L16s and.
They're not a shrine. They are usable weapons. They are just a tool, just like I am. Yes. So basically, yes, they are the epitome of L16 laser feeling guided weapons fire.
Okay.
Absolutely, run on air because it's lasers,
And love.
and they have infinite. Yes,
I can see the
range.
company logo on the gun is called Laser L and F, so it's like the brand
Yes.
name is Laser and Feelings.
Exactly. L&F. That's correct.
Like H and
Out of
K.
Poughkeepsie, New York. That's correct. So, yes.
Okay. So we get a
And since I have an
montage, right?
Android, I can carry one in each. Well, there's no recoil, so I can carry one in each arm without any trouble whatsoever. So I'm two gunning it. So exactly.
And
so.
do you also bring a couple of extras that you put on your back, like
Well, of course,
like-
yes. Like crisscross there, crisscross front.
Yep.
Slung here, slung here. So I actually have now 8 of them.
Okay.
The sadness is I can only fire 2 at a time, which is very disappointing.
It's unfortunate.
You
You're
have
working
no
on
idea.
that.
Yes.
Okay. So you're all ready to
I
go.
should borrow some of his arms. That actually would be a good idea. I'm rather speculatively now.
So now Argos is like, are you with your no leg? Like, what are you doing with your no leg? I'm just
Well, so
curious.
what I do is after I see Croby, I have a little bit of gun envy, and so I just grab an L16 and make it my new leg.
Oh, nice.
Like attach it
Nice.
there. So I have
Nice.
2 guns in
Yes.
hand, and now I have an L16 leg.
Can't shoot yourself in the foot when your foot is a gun itself.
But when the other, other gun is a foot, you could shoot.
Hey,
it.
look at him. That is the spirit.
All right. So,
down to the main airlock, I guess, is where
And
we're
my room, I go to my room and go, there's a problem. My room, haven't cleaned it in a while, and there's just fur everywhere, and I can't see my gun. So just, what do I do?
Fleber, just bring yourself. You're enough of a weapon on your own. All right.
Agreed.
Okay.
Fleber, I choose you, Fleber. I choose you. All right. I choose you. I'm just saying.
If you're trying to go onto me, I just want to let you know I'm not into your species. Is that okay?
No, I'm choosing you to use you in a very badly disguised metaphor for a game. That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, so it's some kind of game.
Yeah, could you bring that red and black striped ball that you sometimes rest in? Could you bring that too? No reason. Just bring it down with it, please. If you can do
Yes,
that.
I can bring that.
Great,
Sure.
Thanks. All right, good. So
Bones, be prepared for an influx of new limbs that you can use to add on to
I look forward
Carl's
to it.
body.
I've been running low on stuff. So as the door, I assume at this point this is the sequence from the opening of New Hope, right, where all of the rebels are in the thing and they hear the laser, you got zzz, right, on the outside. So how are we positioning ourselves to defend the USS Rambo?
Did you ever see what is it called? Dark Space, Deep Space, the Conan O'Brien cartoon on TBS? Chat, did anyone ever see that?
No, I didn't watch it.
What it was called?
No.
So I would just stand up in the corridor because I like all B movies. It's where the heroes will never get hit with anything. So I'm just gonna stand out there and start hosing down the door as soon as the first one comes through. That space goes. No, it was on a couple years ago. Something like Dark Space or something. I can't remember the name. It was an animated thing. But they would go through. They would just like run through laser fire like crazy laser fire, never get hit. It was kind of hilarious. So, but I'm an android anyway, so it doesn't really hurt me. So I'm just gonna stand out there, like I said, literally the moment I see anyone come through the door, I will start shooting.
Okay.
Because again, that's what I was programmed to do.
So I think at this point, like I'm assuming what they do is that you hear the bzz, bzz, but then all of a sudden, like from the ceiling above us, like Batman versus Superman, like all of a sudden they actually like they jump through the roof instead of coming through the door. So I assume they just
I'm gonna take a point of pride and say I never saw that movie, but you go ahead.
Well, listen, I just saw that sequence. Listen, we've all done things in the past we're ashamed of. Okay, so I assume they kind of like rappel down, and I guess we're probably ready for it, like because when Flebber sort of comes in bustling up the hall, they land on him thinking that he's like a puffball, like a nice soft landing, and like what do you think happens, Flebber, when they land on you?
Final space. That was what it was called.
You just hear a squeak. I stopped moving. Completely stopped moving.
But then don't like. What do you have in your body that once the pressure hits it?
As you can tell from my soft exterior, they land very comfortably, and they're very confused as to why there is a very comfortable pillow below them when they land.
But isn't a comfortable pillow also concealing hypodermic needles and things like this? Like, I thought that your
That's if I shake it out. Like, that's if they go deeper. they're not going deeper yet.
You're in combat armor. How deep are they going to go? Like, you just
I don't have combat armor. I have my.
You want to be the 40-pound thing of marshmallows. That's what you want to be. You don't want this to happen. You just want to maintain yourself as the Lucky Charms marshmallow thing.
But the good news, I can use that surprise by landing on the softball of fluff along with my expertise to roll 3d6 to try and shoot them as they're coming down.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea.
There you go.
They're just confused as why it's so comfortable, this landing. They're like, why?
Exactly.
Oh,
that is 2 successes, although technically 1 complication. So it's up to you. I'm not sure if I'm going to singe Flebber's fur away. So, but I did technically I did hit them. The problem is I might have hit Flebber as well. I'm not quite sure.
Well,
so,
I mean,
there you go.
if he hits you, what's the effect, Flebber?
So you hear another as something hits. You just watch the laser bolt because you see like a singe hole through. Al, I've been shot. Help me! Help! They're on top of me. Help!
The air smells like singed fur, of course, too, which is terrible.
Yeah, it starts to smell like. Like someone hasn't showered in like 3 weeks.
Kobe looks at you and says, "Oops," and continues to fire.
I just start running. I just duck for cover because it's not.
There you go.
I assume that they're sort of firing back at us. I'm just kind of like, I see this and I was like, oh my god, I'm a doctor, not a. Okay, look. So I go running over, and I take the big red and black ball which Flebber has brought down. And I basically tried to encompass him in the large red and black ball. The ball is not as big as Flebber, but as everybody knows the deal, you don't need to be. You can be smaller. Like Flebber can actually shrink to fit the inside of the ball. So I'm like, don't think about this too hard. It's a metaphor, and I clasp it over him. And I'm gonna have to roll. Now this is a completely stupid off the cuff idea, which means I'm sure that I'm rolling feelings on this, right? Are we all in agreement that?
Absolutely.
This is using an item, an object, or a weapon. Technically, it's a weapon.
But it's intuitive. It's an intuitive thing. I just know that it's going to work.
He's going with the gut. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. I'll ask the GM. What do you think? All right, good. So we're good to go.
My guess would be a 1d6 because you're not really an expert at weapons.
I beg your pardon, sir. I am an expert at Pokemon Go. And I'm just saying that there is, in space, no one can hear you call. All right. So you think just a 1d6? Really?
I'd give him 2d6 on that. Sure. Why not?
All right, here we go.
It's clever that you're helping get in the ball so that you can get the assist.
So I have a 5 and I have a 1. So I have a 1 success and a 1 fail. Which means, I guess, that it doesn't quite fit.
So no. It does capture me and shrink me, but the problem is the Pokeball actually expands to my height, so I'm like a little full-size Pokeball.
No, it's perfect. Then we just roll the ball towards the guards.
Exactly, yes. Yeah. And Kirby already his rifle and starts shoving it down the hall to bowl them over.
Argos, help me redirect power to this ball. And I just sort of throw myself into the...
I don't know how to redirect power. That's Flebber's job.
With your body, man. Come on.
Oh, sorry. And I kind of like
it's called momentum.
With my laser leg.
With your laser leg. Can we
well, if the ball was shiny, we could shoot it with our lasers and propel it down that way too. That would work.
True.
You feel like a hamster in a ball right now? Someone please get me out.
I'm curious, like, what do you think? Would be like, we would each be rolling, like, I roll a 1 or 2, or who rolls this?
I would get the 2d6 because it is a weapon technically, but everyone else would probably have a 1d6 because you're not specialized with this.
Why don't you do it then, but you can still be
my
firing?
off-the-cuff remark.
Kroby, you do it, but you're still firing.
Well, that's true, but the thing is, the three of us, we can get it moving even faster. So that's the big key. The more,
you're
power
assisting,
behind it,
so it's 2d6.
Oh, it's 2d6.
It's
All right.
1d6.
Yeah.
If we're all assisting each other, then it's 2d6 for everybody.
That's what I
Everyone
was-
gets 2d6?
Sure,
Really?
we're all assisting each other.
That's great.
No, it's only one person would get
It's
the
not
roll.
a double dip.
Yeah, it's one person roll.
That is
So we
not
roll
what the rules
6
say.
dice. 66.
Well, no, I meant you get a 1d6 for doing it, and then the extra you just get. No, you don't.
Everybody gets
together.
2d6.
That's
No,
insane.
I'd say one person gets 2d6 because it is a
All right. So Kroby rolls it
lasers.
then.
It's using a weapon, which is a ball, the
Okay.
giant hamster wheel poker ball,
Right.
to roll it down, and you're all helping.
Right. Yeah.
Try and bowl them out or squish them or something.
All right, that sounds good. So make it happen, Kroby.
Who would do it? Who would do it?
Well, Kroby, because he
would
gets
do it
2d6,
as a
right?
leader.
Since this is a weapon, it makes sense that I would do it. All right. And that is a 4 and a 3, both successes. So yeah, and for once, no failures on that one. So yes,
That is a solid
with my
success.
with my Android brain guiding us, we just pretty much bowl them.
It sounds
all.
like a bowling ring. It's like
Yeah.
Strike.
No, I mean, that's just the first wave, of course. We're in the base. That was just like the
Yeah, it accidentally keep rolling further, and it goes down the hatch, into the main base.
Hey, wait, guys.
Exactly.
I say, you all realize that what this base looks like, right? Because you can see that he's actually rolling towards a large chamber, like a chamber of the gun of the actual ship, which is made of. So I'm like, that could be, so maybe, I don't know. I've got to go. I'm a doctor, not a bowling mechanic, but
Nope, you're coming with us. We're going out the laser ejection port to find the core to destroy the base.
Oh.
It's now turned into a mission of destruction. We have to destroy the Templar base, make our daring escape out of here just before it blows. But you're in, Doc. Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
Legolas, let's move.
All right.
He is clearing the way for us. We will not let a sacrifice be in vain.
All right, I'll do what I can. So we follow. So he's just like bulb. Do you have any control of the Pokeball at all, Flipper?
I don't think you guys would probably all stand on top of it and run on it.
We got to catch up to it first.
That's
We gotta
exactly
catch up to you,
what
man.
the
You're already
laser
down
leg.
there.
Yeah, we got to catch up to it.
We're just gonna follow
Yeah.
you as you leave a trail of crushed guards.
That's actually better. Yeah. It's like those those marble toys where you can make like an array of like hills and jumps, and it's like it's kind of like a Rude Goldberg with the ball
Right.
as opposed to the base.
We're playing a very
right.
high-stakes game of Marble Madness right
Yeah.
now. All right, so
Yep.
we're running down after it. So I would assume to control
Yes.
it, you would need to roll something, right? To control this, I'm guessing?
Oh yeah, that's
Oh
definitely.
God, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but is it lasers or feelings? That's an existential question.
I would say
Maybe-
it's more lasers. It's a mechanical thing.
Yeah.
The feelings on where to go and the lasers on someone who's trying to control it. Maybe
I like it.
So-
Okay.
Well, you're the one
lost.
controlling it, dude. So
I'm stuck in it. I can't do anything.
You can move your weight around.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. How do you think hamsters move hamster balls?
As we
They-
all know, in this game that
all
you're
I can
not
do
at all
is
connected
run in this
to,
ball.
we don't always capture the
someone
guy.
Get me out. I feel very small right now, and I would like to be my normal size. Is that okay?
Why can't
which is
I
funny
divert
because you are normal size, which is hilarious. So yeah. All right. Hilarious. Okay.
All right.
Well, so what? Decide. I think you should make the roll anyways. See if you can get control of the ball before it like smacks into a wall or something.
All right, so let's do lasers for that.
Yes.
I'm not exactly an expertise in this.
You've never
No.
had this come up? This is not part of
Yeah.
your skill
No.
set?
No. I succeed. Yes.
All right.
Only
Nice.
with one roll.
Okay.
I never had a doubt. All right, so you succeed, which means now what are you doing with that
So
success?
we're still in the barrel of the gun, right?
Yes.
That's correct.
Yes.
Okay. So what happens is he steers it completely forward and actually hits. Believe it or not, even though this is a laser cannon, it actually has like a back trigger.
Okay.
So cocking it back, but the ball falls out. So now he's in like the cargo bay where the weapons.
Okay.
But now the laser is cocked and ready to fire.
Okay.
But this is where we're going to get out. This is our way out of the laser barrel.
Oh, out
The only
via
thing
the
is
hammer.
you have to be
that's
you
been
have to be
cocked back.
careful. Yeah, the hammer. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
exactly. Trigger hammer. Yeah. The only problem is now if they fire the gun, it's going to destroy our ship, which might be a problem. So we may have to steal a Templar ship to get back out. So after we're done,
But what
destroying
about our
Templar
ship?
base.
I don't like our ship.
Yeah, you wait. You
Well,
can't lose the
also
Also, we
USS
have to
Rebel.
get the captain out of there.
Well, more importantly, we
Um,
need to make sure that the sick bay is doing okay. I don't know what the captain's been doing in there. He's been unsupervised.
Perhaps if we lock up the main weapon that they use with something, it may misfire, giving us a chance to escape through the barrel again.
I wonder what we could block
Actually-
it with, looking straight at the Pokeball.
Yeah. I'm saying this while I'm like my hands are on the end of the ball.
I like the idea of just being like, "What? What do you mean? I don't know."
I was going to suggest that just weave together a rope out of his fur and use it to tie the hammer back so it could not fire.
That thing in the fishbowl is perfect, by the way. That what
Well,
Norfolk is
if this
posted
is
is
a
exactly.
revolver type of base, then there would be some form of firing pin that we could probably block up using my fur. If you would like to do that.
Wouldn't we need to shave you to get that much volume of fur to work? It is a very big weapon system.
Well, I have plenty of fur inside my body, though. I may have some problems once I take off a lot of this fur.
We have to be completely surrounded at this point. We've been talking.
Oh yeah, we've been talking while they've been gathering around us. There's
I mean,
no
we must be
question about it.
completely surrounded. You know,
They're just
Wrestling
looking at us,
armament
waiting for us to
ain't
finish talking.
with 3 dimensions at us.
You know, like
30
what kind
weapons.
of planet are they
Keep
thinking
it
of?
up now.
This is stupid. What's he doing with fur? What the hell?
So I'm gonna kick the Pokeball open. I'm just gonna kick that big, circle on it and open it.
Okay.
And like, yeah, I'm free. Freedom at last.
You're
I
like-
can go back to being myself, even though I was myself before, but really small.
At what
But,
point do you slam it shut as he's having this discussion? He's like, "I'm finally free." Like at some point. Well, we're gonna need the weight to actually get the ball down into the barrel, right?
I think we have other problems looking at like 30 guards that are now surrounding us.
Oh. Hello.
That sounds like a feelings check to me.
Right. Exactly. So I look at them.
Yep.
So, am I trying to? Okay, so I'm using a things check. I'm like, all right.
A rapport, I believe it's called. Yes.
I'm like, I see all of you are noticing the fact that we're here and that we rammed into your ship and threatened to blow you up. I wanted to explain that there's multiple things that explain why that happened. It really begins in my childhood. You see, when I was young, my parents never let me
Oh, I
watch-
heard this story. It's a very sad childhood story. You should probably listen in.
Yeah, they didn't let. So while I'm talking to them, I'm wondering if any of you are like sneaking around to do
Yeah, that's
something
exactly
awesome.
what I'm doing. I'm using my PEG L16 leg to slowly creep off to look for things to explode.
Let's see. Okay, that's definitely gonna need a feelings roll to see if you can hold the guards enraptured by your story there, buddy.
Yeah.
So,
You are an
that's
expert.
1 die for that. 2 dice because you go for the gut anyway, so you get the 2. I'll give you a die for the assist from Just, saying it's a really sad story. You should probably really listen to it, so we'll get a 3d6 roll there. I hope you make it, because that'll give us enough of a distraction for the other rest of us, or Limbs McGee there and myself to probably break off and go find the power of the base. But go ahead, Arv, roll 3d6.
I'll do that. Notice that we have just gotten an updated version of our lasers and feelings overlay. By the way, check this thing out. Right here.
Man, it's looking really
Oh,
good.
man, right?
Sweet.
Wow.
Just so people know, that is like the exact logo that is on there. So Shadow did a great job with it, man.
Good stuff,
Really
Shadow.
good.
Thanks, man.
He knocked that out super fast. That was amazing.
He really did. And I managed to somehow get Discord open for long enough so I could download it and actually install it. So thank you. I'm just going to quickly adjust the cameras, and then I will do whatever it is that you just told me to do. Let's let's see, like the alternate Carlos webcam, just like that, and the info text. I don't remember which is which. Okay, I got it good.
I wonder if we can get like Brahms or something to do the GMing for us. Just because he'll have no idea. He can just make stuff up and then we'll just decide the roles.
I mean, I feel like we've been very fair to ourselves.
I know.
I feel like in no way have we taken advantage of the situation of being just by ourselves here, and I think this is kind of the way that we do things here in the U.S.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yes.
They're quite
This very serious sci-fi
right.
epic saga that we are creating.
Start of this
right now.
epic adventure, yeah.
Right, exactly. Only the beginning, only chapter 1. This is actually session 0, really.
Remember we have like this is only episode 1. We have like 6 more episodes of this.
Right, and that we're going to have at least 4 seasons because we're going by the theory, the current modern theory that you can't have a season a year. You have to have 5 seasons a year. So clearly that's what we're doing right now. Okay, now we're arranged to go. Check your Discord DMs. What? Stop. Okay, wait. What is this Discord DM? I'm like desperately trying to save my internet here at the hotel. I shall look at my Discord DM.
This fiasco pretty well.
Season for this fiasco. Yeah, I think that's
par for the course, Arundel. Par for the course.
Okay,
yeah.
what were you asking me to do, Arundel?
So you're making
whoever you are, John. No, it wasn't Arundel.
Sector discovery for this. You're making a 3d6 check to see if you can hold the guards enraptured by your sob story.
Hey, look, unlike Discovery, you didn't need to pay to see this one. Hey-oh!
Boom, mic drop.
Okay, so, sorry, I'm also just trying to increase the size of this chat to get it the right way. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. That looks really good. All right. So, so what did you want me to do?
So you're doing a feelings roll, and you're rolling 3d6 because you had the assist from Just, and it's feelings because you're an expert in that because you go from the gut, and then it's the 1d because you're making the roll. So that's why you get 3d6 more. Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 6, 5, and 4. 3 successes, baby.
Wow. All right. Rock on. Yeah. So apparently the guards are kind of enraptured by this sob story of I was born a poor child in
at this
Appalachia
point I'm up to the 6 month
So this is a critical success. So you get an extra effect. You may make them weep a little, Well,
because I mean at this point I'm actually talking
some of them
about,
at least, yeah.
I'm like the real difficult time stopped when my mother stopped breastfeeding. You see, it was when I was turned 6 months old and it was time to be weaned, but I didn't really want to be weaned. You need to understand that really the quality of the milk that I was getting at that time, and they're all like, wow, really? So this is super effective. I think you could do whatever you want, basically.
So
Well, we've never described what these Templars actually look like, and I'm not really sure.
They look like Cylons, right? Don't they look like Cylons?
Oh, I thought they looked like
wearing like old
Knights
Viet Cong outfits.
Oh.
Cylons wearing Knights Templar outfits. Perfect.
That's right, yeah, like
Yep.
What does that even mean? Cylons, so they've got literally like the Knights Templar, like the tabard and like the
the
tabards.
tabard,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Exterminate.
Templar bots.
Can they have Dalek pets? Like I assume that just goes like right along next to them. Like exterminate.
Yeah, they got corgis, as Arundel says.
They're corgis. Outstanding.
They're like corgi dogs that are like
all right.
space corgis. So they got the weird.
Argos. So while he's there enraptured, you and I are going to attempt being the operative phrase here. Attempt to locate the power source for this entire station, which, considering we don't look like robots in Templar outfits, we need to find disguises somehow. So I need to find like maintenance or something.
Yeah, I think we could just try to jump 3 Cylons and put their tabards on, and maybe they'll think that we're that. Helmets and tabards probably do what we need to. So
exactly. Yeah. Suddenly fear of a bot planet.
So I think the 3 of us.
Exactly.
I think we each should just try a little lasers action to jump a Templar and grab an outfit.
That couldn't possibly go wrong. Exactly. Yeah. I like the way you think. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So
that is the plan. We're gonna try to find like a pair of Templars doing something
a Tranks,
Templar
actually,
together.
because we need something for Flubber, just Flubber. too.
Clearly, you go to. where they-
I thought he was
the
helping. I thought he was helping him with the whole assist on this and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'm helping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm helping.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
We are doing the very best thing to do in these situations. We're splitting the party. Very important.
Excellent. Okay, so here we go. I think
Right.
we are not assisting each other because we're each trying to get one of them.
Yeah. So this is gonna be tricky. Exactly.
So I think that's just
All
1d6 for me.
Yeah, but since I'm using weapons, it'll be 2d6. So because that's my specialty.
Also,
Okay,
these
yeah.
I
Alright,
put
here
the
goes.
You
guards,
could always try and persuade one of them to give you.
Yes.
No,
I've
no,
also
no,
put the
I'm-
guards up
All
on
right.
the stream, by the way. I have the guards just so people can see. So this is what. these
That's
are
their hounds.
Yeah, these are their
Space
hounds.
corgis.
Space corgis.
Yeah.
They're very darling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe the
Oh my
Templars
god,
aren't
that's
that
freaking
bad.
adorable.
But when they open their
That's-
mouths, there's just like all this crazy kind of
That's
sci-fi alien
hilarious.
jaws, like Predator or something.
I like that the space corgi, by the way, is facing down the knife wielding F-16 like spaceship on the screen. Oh god. Okay.
That is all my enraptured corgis. All right, so I hit 5 and 6. So I like had space field, laser feeling. I felt my laser right into his face and pretty much like melted it.
And
So
and I rolled, my number's 4, and I rolled a 4, so I got laser.
Oh, wow.
field on
Wow.
that.
Nice.
So like, I just actually jumped into the outfit, and the Cylon thing jumped out of it, and so like now they're completely naked, and I'm wearing it, and they just run off embarrassed.
Wow. I kind of
very non-violent way to do it.
I kind of
As
feel
it would be a
bad about
hilarious
that.
story to try and tell his commanding officer.
But I feel bad about it because
He
I was
like
just
he
getting.
goes back naked to him. He's like, "Sir, you wouldn't believe this strange man who had like this arm that was really long because it was like this.
Oh
This had
my
this lever
God.
and then an arm and then the leg was a gun
And a leg
And
gun.
he jumped me and I was so scared. I jumped out of my suit and he went in my suit and he ran off. And
Okay.
I don't know.
guys, no. What has just been sent my way is by Rock God is one of the great things you will ever see, and I'm going to show you all what it is right now. I'm tearing up a little bit. I have to admit at this because this is like, I really, I give to you the actual USS Rambo.
Yes.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's
Thank you.
Thank you, Rock
Can't
God.
lose
That
that
is.
ship.
Thank you,
Yep.
Rock.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're getting
Oh my
off
God,
of this
that's-
ship.
I probably myself I would cry.
I just,
So great.
Wow. I mean, look, if I had to ding you at least one, there's not enough guns on it, but other than that, it's perfect. It's perfect. Yeah, that is.
what the
Wow.
best part is the bandana on the top of it. Like, can we all agree?
Oh God,
that-
yeah. No, that's.
I mean, that's just the best.
This needs to be on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Dude.
Lasers and feelings.
That-
I
yeah.
survived
Please
lasers and
contact
feelings.
CBS.
February.
Make it happen.
February 8th.
CBS needs to talk to us now. I'll expect.
Really.
We do expect a call. Yes. Hey, listen, I got a bunch of Star Trek authors this weekend. I need to talk to David Mack about it and be like, "Yo, David,
Yep.
I got
David,
some good
there's a
stuff.
stream you have to see. Yeah, absolutely. It's like, dude, this is it, man. This is it.
It's about continuity. Rocco, that is
Oh,
quality.
God, that is so funny.
That is
That
really
is
tremendous.
hilarious.
I think he should get a free inspiration this month.
Yeah, that's true. You should get a
That's a
free
good one. That's a good
inspiration.
one.
You know what? Definitely.
And if anyone ever
I'm looking
again
at
has to go
calling
through this
USS Rambo.
and looks for the USS Rambo, they'll actually have it for it. Thank you very much,
Mhm.
Rocco. That's super awesome.
Dude, that is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's great.
So-
All right.
All right.
All right. Well, we've gotten our disguise. This
Yeah,
is what
we're
we're gonna do.
in disguise.
Yeah, so we're in now. That's completely distinguishable from any other Cylon Templar on the base. So it's perfect. The only question is I don't know where we're going for the power source, but I have an engineer with me.
Yeah, and the engineer is just going to go to the nearest handy, computer that is going to have all of this information ubiquitously
Mhm.
available and find out. And so I am going to do a lasers check on the computer. Like, I'm a navigator. I don't think that really helps me here. I'm pretty sure Proby is no use because there's no killing involved.
I am standing. Unless you want me to kill the computer, I could do that, but I would be probably better use
Right.
standing guard.
You could stand guard. I think I just get one little roll if I'm prepared. No, I'm not prepared. So Here we go.
You didn't even give it like a moment to decide. You're like, if I'm not. I really am not at all prepared.
He hasn't been prepared since his tour of duty started. So.
All right, so here we go. I rolled a 1, so it is a success. And so
Nice.
it's only one dice, though, or one die. Forgive me. It works, but there is a kind of complication that happens. So I think what I discover is that the way to destroy the ship is actually by firing the gun at the ship itself. And so basically turning the 88 revolver downward, basically where we're all standing.
Like bending the barrel somehow? Like
Well, no, there's a way to do it. Basically there's a mechanism.
It's on a big swivel, basically, and if you point it downward, it's just like it's like when Luke destroyed.
It's not a fixed
Silver.
turret on its
You just
base.
point the
Star
gun.
bases
Yeah.
need
well, my
guns
image was that the
can
entire
rotate.
base was the gun, so I just had this image of like.
Yeah, it is, but it also has like gun parts attached to it.
Right.
Like,
Right.
So you're turning the gun parts of the gun. attached
Yeah,
to
turning the gun parts of the gun into the base itself. So it's gonna, shoot itself basically.
I see.
and the complication is that Crowboy just decides to shoot at the computer anyway and blow it up.
Well, if he can program it to do that, that would be great.
Hold on one sec, guys. I
But
gotta fix my headset. Hold on.
Right, its handgun's all the way down.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they're like robot arms that come out from random spots on the giant revolver.
Right.
It's like revolver fortress that just have little hands with revolvers as well. They're like space revolvers, so it's lasers.
So, oh, it's still not back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. So I'm going to basically try to use this computer screen to program the thing to shoot itself in 1 minute.
Okay.
So I'm going to just say like, all right, Proby, get ready to move. In 1 minute, we're going to be going here.
So at this point, I hear you guys talking, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. Is that 1 minute like 1, 2, 3? Like, is it like when you're at the pool, and you jump, you're like, okay, we all go 3, 1, 2, 3, or is it 1, 2, and then you go 3, and then you go? So is it like
just
a minute
quickly-
and then go, or is it a minute?
There'll be a grace period of 1 second, so it'll actually be 1 minute and 1 second.
All right, good.
It will show 0, blink once, and then we all die.
All right, that's good. Cool.
So I am going to roll for that right now. It's a lasers roll, obviously.
Obviously.
And I rolled a 6. I fail. So this is a complete fail.
I was like, what is it? So I assume that means that you actually said it for like.
So it goes wrong. The GM says how things go wrong. So, I mean.
Just quickly, the cameras changed because John somehow disconnected and reconnected for a second. So I'm now Crowboy Killer.
Oh.
That's excellent.
Just change the names around for myself.
Yeah, I can just do that. Sorry. Yeah, I noticed I was on low res, so I wanted to get back onto HD. So that was the problem.
My OBS is an embarrassment to OBS layouts at the moment. I have so many images and files all over the place. It's like unbelievable. All right.
Well, so unfortunately, Argos, you actually set it to 10 minutes, not 1 minute, and the computer locks yourself out, which is actually coincidentally a good thing because as Bones is finishing his story, the rest of the Cylons, Templars, are so moved by it, they say, "We are moved by your tale, and you must come meet our Emperor and tell him your sad, pathetically sad story. For surely, once he hears your sad, pathetically sad story, you are so pitiful we would not need to make war on the humans anymore. So we will escort you to him right now. Come with us." So they're taking you actually deeper into the station.
So I'm like, is this?
But now we have a 10-minute ticking clock before that's still going. So we have now 9 minutes, like 30 seconds to try and find you, save you, get back to the ship, and get out of here before the whole base blows up.
All right, that sounds good.
And we are completely separated, by the way, too. So, and they're taking they're taking Just along with them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going.
Because obviously he's a sobbing pet, exactly. So There you go. You should,
And
you know,
you see
someone
me
should really
like put my hand into my chest and I pull out a napkin. I put it in like the face region and just like press it in, and you just see like water fill up and where eyes would be.
I'm surprised. No, what is it? What is it? Grimy, the mascot, the orange furry
Gritty,
mascot
right?
guy, or whatever.
Isn't it
His name.
Gritty?
I'm surprised someone hasn't thrown him up
Gritty,
for you.
yeah.
I was
Gritty,
thinking of
that's it,
Shmoo,
yeah.
if you all remember Shmoo from way back when. He used
Oh,
to
the
do-
Shmoo.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
he could
old
pull things
school.
out, right? Yeah.
Um,
Or Captain Caveman. Captain Caveman could also.
Captain Caveman. All right.
I was thinking,
The guy had the best
was
club.
Adam's family. What was his name? The hairy guy in Adam's family.
Cousin It.
Cousin It.
Yeah, no,
Cousin it. Yep,
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so Toby,
They lead
you
you
gotta
off.
get-
We come back and they're gone now.
Right, like the whole place. We got Toby. We got to find them and get them, and we have like 9 minutes and 22 seconds. 21.
it's okay because I left a trail.
I lean down. I think we can follow this. Let's go.
On the trail of just random objects as I was like shaking my body as things
exactly.
just fall.
Fur, tears,
Yeah.
Right.
and random objects. Yeah,
be-
exactly. It's
A
like
beanie
wet
baby,
fur.
a coffee filter,
I'll go ahead and pick up the bazooka that he dropped. You know,
a Make
and-
America
A
Great Again
stapler.
hat. You know, like just all these things just as you go along.
Yes.
So we're following into the chamber. So what bones do you see? You know, when you see the Emperor?
When
Yeah, they're taking you to the throne room. This is the main chamber of the whole entire base.
Right.
This
So
is
when
like-
we get to the
Yeah,
right, so
yeah.
when we get to the throne room, the first thing you see, like the camera like starts at the steps and then zooms up, and there's this very dramatic dun, 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 you know, goes up and up and up and up. And up.
There you go. It just
I
keeps
know.
going
But
higher
it just
and
keeps
higher.
going higher and higher. Exactly. No, that's right. So it keeps going higher and higher, and then literally
Until it
flips
can't go
over. Da, 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 and then it like there's this guy like right above
There's
you.
like an upstairs
Yeah.
and then there's like a downstairs bit.
Exactly. And like so it's just sitting there, and then like there's this tiny little ball there, and in the ball is that little gray cat that Nordwolf put in chat, and it's just like is literally the sound the ball makes as it hovers, and it lands there, and this little cat looks up and then says, I'm Meow, I am the head of the Meow base, Meow Kit, Meow. I'm like, and so I, as Bones, I'm like, oh, I can't believe we fall into a race of cats. He's like, man, what are you talking about, human? Just had a cold, all right? Who are you? And I'm like, I'm Bones McKelly. This is, who's with me? Fleber is with me?
Just
My
follow
name's-
right now. Yeah.
This is just Fleber. And
My name's Fleber. Just Fleber.
he's like, you've tried to destroy my base. And the guards, I guess, are saying, no, there's this really great story. He's like, never mind story, you weak-minded fool. He's using a blink mind trick on you. And they all sort of look at him very ashamed. And I'm like, look, we can work this out. It'll be fine. I really was hoping that we could actually leave the area and be about 500 parsecs from here, and then we could talk about what happened. If we could just leave here now first, and you hear this 7 minutes to go, right? If we could just leave, that would be great. You know, I'm not going to let you leave at any time. The truth is, you're going to pay for your... And then he stops and he looks up. And I'm like, what's going on? And Fleber, I think somehow in your body, a little laser pointer has come up. And so the laser pointer is now up on the wall. And so the Lord of the base is like staring at the laser light. And I'm like, Fleber, can you move the laser around?
Okay.
So when he moves it, like,
start,
the guy's like, and he like takes a paw and he's like, and all the guards are just looking at each other as he's like reaching for the laser light. And I'm like,
Commander, what are you doing?
and he's like, shut up, just gotta get this. I'll be right.
Just take a second. Just take a
You
second.
know, roll
Just take a second.
territory to see if like this is an effective way to win over the Emperor.
I
This
dig
sounds
it.
like a clever feelings check.
This would be your feelings. All right, here we go.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are we talking for? How many? What is this like? At
This-
least
you'd-
2d6 because I'm an expert.
You'd be assisting me and directing me where to go at best. So it's up to you. It's a 1 or a 2d6.
I mean, if I'm assisting you, it's a 2d6, right? I mean,
Yeah, that's a 2d6. Sure, absolutely.
All right, here we go. Feelings. I succeed on both. Hey.
Wow.
hey. So he's
All right.
really,
I actually
really
got a
into it.
laser and feelings and a feelings.
So,
Oh,
so
that is
Wow.
laser
Okay.
I figure what that means is that you realize that in your body you also have
No,
one of
no,
those
yeah,
little
yeah,
toys
like-
on a
like,
wire
look.
that you take out and you start bobbing it above his head. So he just like,
It don't. If I remember correctly, it's the actual automated laser for cats. I was going to give it to someone else, but we could use it here if you want. It's so sad.
and you hear like 5
Feelings are very
minutes.
entertaining.
When you got that food from your parents' dinner, that was. Here you go.
Literally a puddle underneath him.
And it's one of those, those like automated laser pointers to play with cats. So it just constantly moves around.
Yeah.
Automatically, it's like battery powered, so it doesn't last very long. But
So I feel like the Emperor is paying no attention to us at all now, and so
Yeah,
the
he's
guards are
lost.
kind of don't know what to do. Like, and so I'm like, wait, it's this they don't have guidance for the first time in their lives. This is our chance. I don't know why I said that. Let's. So I figured we all turn around.
Meanwhile, hold on.
Right,
hang
yeah,
on,
meanwhile,
hang on.
I was gonna say, meanwhile,
so I
right,
distracted
right.
the Emperor. Yes. So Argos and I reached the outer doors of the chamber, and we cracked them because they're able to be cracked because everyone's looking forward. And so we see you still surrounded by like 20 guards, and the Emperor's playing, but everyone seems to be totally focused
it's
on
very
that.
far away though, so you see it's like the stairs up. And
Oh well, just wait. You gotta wait. So I take off one of the 8 weapons because since I was away, they never took any of my weapons from me, and give it to Argos and say, "Follow my lead. You go when I go," and basically kick in the door and yell, and you know what I'm gonna yell. Croby Killbot, and start opening fire.
What are you going to shoot at though?
Like, look, I've got tons of guards to aim at. I've got tons of guards to shoot here. That's
Yeah.
remember, kill bad guys. That's what I do.
It's a target-rich environment.
This
Okay,
would-
so
Just when you've brokered peace with the Emperor, I break in.
no, but
Yelling.
actually it works out because as
Yeah.
you follow, as you
Mhm.
fire those lasers, he starts reaching for the lasers too. He's just kind of like, wow, this is
Yeah,
amazing.
that's
Yeah.
So he starts like climb the exterior like area where he's at is all carpet, so he can claw up to it, and he's just very vertical. As all these laser shots shooting everywhere, hitting parts of the
And
wall.
over the top of it, you hear 3 minutes.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
I think
exactly.
we need to get out of here. So
Well,
Kroby,
but-
do you need to hit something, and you and Argos assist with hitting? Like how
I
effective
rolled
this
a
laser thing is?
1 and a 6, so I failed 1 and got 1. So I'm just pretty much laying covering fire. Excuse me, I guess.
Okay.
So you guys can get the heck out of here.
Okay.
So I think yes, bones, just this way, and just like spraying and praying basically is what it comes down to.
Okay. So we
Yeah.
so I assume we just book it
Yeah, we start.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
get-
Just take
we
off.
Run up the stairs first, and then on the flat Larry, and then we're at the top of the high stairs, and I'm like, perhaps you should ride me down, as I'm a very soft and comfortable person. You could easily slide down the stairs on me, and you could tell me the story on the way down again, because I love it so much.
I'm like I'd be happy to do that. So you see, it all started as we all get on top of you, you get to do this. So if you're going to be doing this, who's is this? I feel like although
This
we're
would be
using you
me
as an
doing a
object,
lasers. This is me doing a lasers.
well, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. It's a lasers, but this entire thing is your feelings. Is literally whether it's going to work. So, I mean, which is it? Is it lasers or is it feelings?
I think it's a lasers one myself.
Can I assist him with a feeling? Is he doing lasers?
Yes,
But I'm
yes,
You're telling me
exactly.
the
Because
story as
because
well.
you're telling him the story, making
Right.
him feel. So
Right.
Right.
if the lasers roll for Sod,
Or I can roll one for
Arm.
lasers, and you roll one for feelings. And
Okay.
if either of ours succeed, we get one each.
I
you know?
dig it.
All right,
Right.
so I'll roll one. I
I got a laser and feelings.
I got a
Oh.
6. I got a 6. I got a 6. Which is
Alright.
you're
All
supposed
right,
to be
so here's
high.
what happens. Here's what happens. So you start down the big long staircase. Bones is telling the story, and frickin' Just is sobbing so hard that he pretty much all his tears come in form a layer, and he just slides all the
Like
and
ice
That's what
man.
Arundel was
slides
just saying.
right down
And you're on top
out
of
the
it.
door.
John, look
Yeah,
at what
and you're on
Arundel
top of
just said in
riding
chat.
him, and just right passes out the door and back towards the cargo, the ship where the ship is. So
That's
it's just like,
exactly what Arundel just said in chat. He just said the same thing, like a water slide. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
exactly. Yep.
I'm gonna
That
just
was
try to
it.
jump on while they're zooming by.
Yeah.
Side
You guys
note,
jump
I
on.
happen
Alright,
to love water
yep.
slides, so that's great.
And we're
Okay,
back
so
in now the cargo bay with the Pokeball that's still there.
I will provide. I
One
am providing covering
minute.
fire, like what's his name in Galaxy Quest, doing the turnaround and the
Yeah.
looking all buff and shit.
And it's
Yeah,
1 minute
absolutely.
left. Like you're 59.
Yeah. So we're
58.
going, making sure they stay away from us. We have to get back into the gun barrel, get up in the ship, and get the hell out of here.
Right.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I'm punching in navigation to get us right back to that
I
world.
suggest we take the Pokeball. I could run us back. Maybe if one of you could help me. And you
time.
can tell me the
Go.
story for again if you
Go,
want.
go.
So I go with him.
Just
I go with him,
pulling
like,
him by
in the
his wet
Pokeball.
hair,
Yeah.
dragging him over to the ship.
30 seconds. So I like get up, like
Yep.
Pokeball.
And so we're both like hamster balling it while you guys are on top, running on top of it as we go back along the path we took down the gun barrel.
So no, we
Right.
get into the ship. Like we're in the ship. Though you have to now get back down to the engineering. Where you're like, all right,
Yeah,
Flubber,
Because we need all emergency power to the engine.
Right.
Flubber, it's up to
Yeah.
you, Flubber. It's all up
You're
to
the
you
only
now.
one who can do it, man.
I can do it, Cap. Whatever your classification is, I'll do it.
I'm a doctor, damn it, not a Poke owner. Okay. Okay. So you go
All
ahead
right,
and
if
roll
you
it.
lead it in the course.
So
I'll
press
do-
go. I press go.
I press go, which is a big red button.
I rolled
Oh,
engineering.
yeah.
I rolled engineering. I got double fours, which is laser and feelings.
Oh my
Perfect.
God.
So what does
God,
it look like as we
awesome.
get out of the thing?
Yep.
So we
Wow.
just so they just so like it goes out.
Shoot off, and behind us, the base it fires and blows. Pretty much, the base
It
blows
blows
up
itself
and we
up.
fly away.
And
yes.
it's just like, and by the way, we're playing the Mass Effect 2 soundtrack. So if anyone's seen the end of Mass Effect 2, you're flying
yeah,
away.
the,
The Collector King is like, so on the inside, someone is like, the guy is still playing with the lasers, and some voice somewhere is like, "You have failed. We will find another way." And you're just like, oh
Yeah,
my god,
it's
the end of Mass
the
Effect 2.
suicide mission track, if you remember.
Oh my god. And so as they're taking off, I'm like, well guys, we it looks like another mission well done by the USS Rambo. And then just inside you hear this, can someone let me out? I'm like, oh guys, I think it's the captain. He says something about his bones being brittle, but I'm sure that's fine, right? I think that'll be okay. Is it?
You're the doctor.
Roll credits.
Yeah.
Stick his head.
If you're gonna put music on, I've got a YouTube link right there. That's like the ending of Mass Effect.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Chat, we have provided you a largely GM-less Lasers and Feelings RPG, and I hope you enjoyed how serious we took it, and I hope you took it as seriously
Again, the beginning of this 5-year campaign.
at this beginning of the
Episode
5-year
1.
mission to explore strange new games. This
Oh,
was
my
a lot
God.
of fun, and I'm sorry that Johnny's internet did not work, but I'm glad I had 3
Yeah.
very talented
Yeah.
guys to do this.
We're
with me.
gonna have to make it up and do it with him when his internet
Yeah,
is back to
exactly.
normal.
Yeah, it's good.
For sure.
You liked it, Nordwolf? This was pretty awesome. I mean,
And
like,
we just play the
honestly,
same characters. We just play our same characters because why
Like,
not?
if we're gonna get
God.
this kind of fan art, like of the USS Rambo, like I'm
Oh,
telling you
good
right
lord,
now.
yes. Yes.
And the Rambo is
So-
this is for Kat, who's watching the VOD. So Kat, when she watches the VOD, Kat, we hope you feel better soon. And this is we did this
Yeah.
for you. So this is you. This is
Yep.
in your honor. We hope you appreciate it. We
I
hope
have
you, we hope you like
crafted
it. We
a
hope you like it.
exquisite pillow for her using fur on my body so that she can get a comfortable rest so that her back can heal at a faster rate than usual.
I love it. Let me move over and let these guys say who they are again before we all let them go. Carlos, great stuff. Not exactly Espergenesis space, but we did get space. Just a very different kind of space.
Tons of space.
What'd you think about tonight, and where will the fine folks see you next?
Oh, that was a ton of fun. I mean, when I read Lasers and Feelings, I knew it was going to be like fun just because of the way that it was put together. But it was, it definitely is the sort of thing that requires sort of like people like you all who can just kind of like all pick up where the next person goes and make it really hilarious.
A lot of
so
yeah,
a lot of just like pick it up, and stuff. So it actually works really well GM-less too, because really you just want to roll. But I think it's the sort of it's the sort of system that I think bad rolls are good rolls are good, Lasers and Feelings are awesome. So
it's just all good. I dig it.
Everything's great. So that was. I liked it. I don't. It's not the game you play every week, but I think once in a while that's a fun game, man.
Once in a while, it's good to sort of throw it out there. I'm glad that we have this in our arsenal as something down the line. Where besides next, well, we will not see you next Friday because you'll be up at Boscone, so we will not see you until next month for EG. So in the meantime, where can the fine people see all of the stuff? And also, is Sal and Gabby is early March, right? What's the
So Sal and Gabby Break the Universe comes out March 5th. It's gotten
5th.
4-starred reviews so far, so I'm like super excited. I feel really fortunate. So so Sal and Gabby comes out March 5th, and I'm going to be doing a lot of touring and running around. Also, I just want to say my wedding ring came today, and it's a meteorite, so I'm like really proud of it.
Nice.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, so
super
very
cool.
life is very nice. I'm enjoying my
awesome, man.
Yeah,
congrats. That's great.
Yeah, thanks. So I'll be at Boscone next week and a lot of other places.
Awesome, man. If anyone is in the Boston area and is at Boscone, you can say hi to Carlos. I'm sure he would love to say hello if you've seen him on the Twitches. But otherwise, we will see him back here for Esper Genesis in March, and hopefully Sleepwell will not have been killed off in next session. I can't imagine why that would.
But I can't wait to hear how Johnny does my Cuban accent, though. So that's
that will be an interesting experience. But thank you, Carlos. I appreciate it. Always a good sport. I was glad we were able to get you into this, and we were able to come up with something new. So thank you for doing this as always. Right down the line, the two people that I brought in literally by in all caps being like, "You are summoned."
Is anyone there?
Is anyone there? Starting
Hello?
with Saad. So Saad, thank you for taking a couple hours to do this.
You are very welcome for having Flubber on your team. The MVP, of course, who did most of the work.
Yes. Really the most valuable PB, the most valuable Pokeball.
He's the most valuable fluffy person on the ship. Excuse me. That is the correct pronunciation of my people. But you will find me on twitch.tv/sod_, where I do streams, and I'll stop doing the accent. And so you'll see me on there, and obviously here for Strahd and Emberwind next week. It's both for both, yeah? Is that right?
Yes, Curse of Strahd is on. And Curse of Strahd is the 20.
What's the week after?
It's the week after it's the 23rd, but this Wednesday.
So next week and the week after.
Yeah.
You hear a lot.
Yes.
Doing
absolutely.
rolls.
Oh my gosh, Tom. Sorry, hold on one sec. Just one sec, Side. So Tom has come in and has resubbed. And what is up, Tom? It's good to see you, man. Tom came initially when I was playing Star Wars X-Wing Alliance, and is a big Star Wars guy. And I continually promise that I will get back to the game, and I will someday. But it's just so many other games have come up since then. But it's good to see you, and thank you for the sub. I really appreciate that. Good to see you, Tom. Don't be a stranger. We were playing a very serious space game today as well, so that's that was important. But good to see you. Thank you, Tom. Enjoy the emotes and also the sub badge. Sorry, Saad. On you go.
No, that's right. And obviously I'll be DMing on Akin Forza 21's channel, though probably going to be next month because of all the shenanigans that's happening in my life right now with all the moving. But so just stick around here, there, my channel. No problem.
Good stuff. Thank you, man. Really enjoyed Just Flubber. It was quality work tonight. And last but certainly not least, the person who is still here, and that is, of course, John. John, thank you again for coming on at the last minute. How'd you feel about Kroby Killbot and about this session, and where will the folks see you next?
Kroby Killbot's only regret is that he did not kill enough people during this adventure.
Or needed to
Otherwise, it was great. Yes. The lethality level was not high enough. Yes, Johnny Panda, otherwise known as John Helfers. I edit books. I try to write when I have a chance, but I'm also doing a lot more streaming thanks to Arv. Again, I'm blaming you.
Yep. take
Let's
that on.
see. I will not be there. I don't think for the next Strahd. I don't. If the circumstances change, I'll let you know. But it seems unlikely for where we're going to be.
Right.
But yes, next Wednesday is episode 2 with the full complement of players, including Saad, for Axia. So I'm looking forward to that. They'll finally be at full strength.
And please note that is Wednesday night, so there's a change in date because
Yeah,
Thursday
it's a
is
little
the
bit
14th.
of change in
It's
plans,
Valentine's
yes.
Day. Like,
Yes.
I mean, Valentine. Jeez. No, but so we had to change.
There
that.
are other extenuating circumstances, but we have the full crew there, so it should be good. It's probably going to be probably the same amount of time as like no more than 2 or 3 hours, simply because we are getting started at a later time than usual. It's
Right.
at,
Right.
9 p.m. Central. So,
Right.
Other than that, yeah, I do. Johnny's our GM, who then bit the dust. I do his every Tuesday. It's been a lot of fun, and then Strahd, of course, the Infinity Beyond crew. So that's where you can mostly find me. I also do, I'm also at Origins. I will not be at BossCon. I wonder, why you're not at BossCon. This is kind of strange.
I talked to Carlos about that earlier. Hopefully, maybe I'll be able to get into future years. But it's not worked out so far. But hopefully soon.
Okay. I am sure you'll be there soon enough. So
Yeah, I just want to say to Arudinal, he actually does have a voice changer. He just didn't use it. He's still trying to get it.
Exactly. Next time I'll have to, the robot voice was a little too crazy for everyone. But this thing allows you to create your own voices if I can just figure out how to do that.
You can play one now if you've got it running quickly.
No, I shut it down. So it's making it easy.
Right.
Yeah, it's true. I could get Optimus. I need a robot voice. That's true. If we ever pick this up again, I'll have to make sure to get the Kroby voice. It's very important. Yeah.
Very important.
I hope everyone had fun for a last minute. That rock art was tremendous.
So good.
Really should be on a T-shirt.
And that overlay by Shadow
on the back.
The overlay
I
by
think you
Shadow
should just
Bait.
have Of next whatever you're doing next stream, just have that as a splash for it. Like, who cares about?
Yeah, like whatever
else.
I'm doing, just do this. Yeah.
Yeah, and just have that and have welcome.
My next stream is Adventures in Middle Earth, and I feel like this is exactly what
exactly.
This definitely fits the Tolkien world. I think that's fine.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Yes.
So
yes.
good.
You do the fantasy version, Swords and Feelings. There you go.
Yes, swords and feelings. But
those are just really fast firing bows.
It really is. It's good stuff. But thank you, John, again for coming on at the last minute. Also, thank you to Johnny Pittman for getting us started on this thing. Unfortunately, Johnny was not able to join us, so maybe it actually worked out for the best that we weren't able to play. Because I guess if his internet was going to be that lousy, it was going to be difficult anyway. So maybe we ended up doing something all for the best. But he will be back with us on Friday for Esper Genesis because the rest of the crew, Kat and Zach and Johnny, will all be here with me. So that will be happening on Friday as we get ready to wrap up Consigned to Oblivion. And then obviously Johnny will also be running, starting, I believe not this week, but the week after, we'll be starting The Clay That Woke finally, which is going to be cool and exciting, and I'm really pumped up to see how that game goes, especially because I don't have to do anything about it. I can just watch it, and it's on my channel, which is great as I continue to kind of broaden out channel content. So you guys should follow him at Video Store Cowboy. He is that everything except on Twitter, where he's Vid Store Cowboy, I believe. But he is a good GM and a good guy and a good player on Esper Genesis, of course. And you will get a chance to see him, as I said, Friday. So thank you again to him, and thank you to John and to Saad and to Carlos for their wonderful play. Chat, can we get some love for the wonderful players today? And gentlemen, I will see you all in your various places. Otherwise, enjoy Bosco and Carlos, and good luck with the move, Saad, until I talk to you next time. And John, I'll be talking to you, I'm sure, way before this, but just until then.
Exactly.
I will speak to you soon. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
Right, thank you.
Bye, everybody.
And whatever else. See ya.
Alrighty. So that includes everything except, so now that I'm out of Zoom, I should be able to use my webcam normally, right? I think? Maybe? Possibly? Oh, I have to get out of Zoom completely. Alright, well, let me exit out of that. And now, can I use webcam? Oh, now I can activate it. Hold on. So now if I activate it, there we go. And boom. Alright, there we go. As I say, I have so many... Hold on a second. I know there's something right in front of my face. I'm going to get rid of that. And where is the other thing? There. Got it. So yeah. So that was a lot of fun. Not what I was expecting that I was going to be doing, but fortunately our box came through as per usual. We had a few little bit of buffers and drop frames, but not too bad, which considering that the internet here is not super good. I was glad that we were able to manage it and handle the Zoom call and the whole business. So that was great, and I hope you folks enjoyed it. Thank you especially to Rock God for doing that awesome picture. Thank you to Shadowed Mage for doing that overlay at the last minute. And thank you to John and Sod for jumping on board, and thank you to Carlos for rolling with it, and to Johnny for rolling with it and making it possible. And as I said, we will have Kat back with us on Friday, along with Zach and Johnny as well. As for me, I'm going to be back with you folks on Tuesday, where on Tuesday I will be doing Adventures of Middle Earth at noon. That campaign has been great and is going to be a very different feel than what we just did now. I'm going to be doing that, so that is moving swiftly along that campaign. And then at 4 p.m. I'm going to be over at GOG with Pen and Pixels and Thronebreaker. And I do want to announce that a week from Tuesday during GOG, we'll be doing D&D with GOG Storm King's Thunder. Not this Tuesday, but the week after Tuesday. And you will not want to miss it because we have a big surprise coming up for you folks. You will not want to miss that. It's going to be good times. Then I will, again, Wednesday of this coming week will be Emberwind, Episode 2. And then Friday, Deathly Serious, I thought I was going to die. And then on Friday, we have got Esper Genesis again. And by the way, Saturday, we have got D&D with viewers. So if you enjoyed this and you're like, I would like to play a one-shot also, although we're not going to be doing a one-shot of this, but you can definitely play D&D with viewers with me. And that will be happening on Saturday at about 7 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to do that, you should have a webcam, you should have a microphone, you should have a few spare hours and a willingness to be able to play some D&D with me and some other folks. So that'll be happening on Saturday. It will be good times. But right now I'm going to get going because I've got panels tomorrow at Farpoint in Baltimore, and if you are near the Baltimore area, would love to see, as I said, any or all of you. But that's going to do it for me. I don't believe I'm going to do a raid today because it's too hard to coordinate it with all the mobile kind of stuff. So I will simply say thank you all. I'm going to get rid of my cam here, and I'm going to let the Mass Effect music kind of work us out. But thank you for watching our first ever, the introduction to Lasers and Feelings, which what a game that was. And I will see you wonderful folks on Tuesday. Also, announcements coming down the pike on publishing stuff, announcements coming down the pike on the Forbidden Library, which, as you know, is being published by Alligator Alley Entertainment. That's happening soon, and so all that stuff is going to happen, so I am looking forward to it. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you, everyone, for being good sports. Thank you for being wonderful in chat. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I will see all of you wonderful people soon. Until then, everyone be good to each other. Have a good night. And may the Rambo be with you.